Yo, what's good, everybody? I see a few people in here already. Appreciate everybody for joining. I'm telling you, today we got an all-star panel with me. This is going to be a great show. Today, we're just strictly talking about ecosystems and technology. So we're going to go over Apple, Samsung, Google. We're going to talk about what everyone can do better and where we think the future of ecosystems are going in technology. So it's going to be a super fun stream. Got Everyday Tech JB in the building. What's good? And the Hawks TV. Ecosystems right up my alley. Yeah, I know Michael Pepper Tech experiments with a lot of this stuff, so he will be lit in the comment section. What's up, Rage? How you doing? And speaking of Ike, that's the first person I'm gonna bring up today.
Hey,
what's good, my brother?
What up?
Ike,
What up? I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm really excited about this because I know like you're transitioning between like 2 or 3 ecosystems right now.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I could definitely say like, yo, like when you told me that that's what you were trying to do, I was like, I gotta be there. Like I went to Chris's, I was like, yo, I said we talking ecosystems, and you know me, man. Like 1 minute I'll be full blown into Apple's ecosystem, and switch over to Samsung, and then kind of start playing around with what Google has going on because they got a little bit more than what people think they have. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, ecosystems is all that. Let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get that. We're gonna get into that. So the next person I'm gonna bring up, he actually also like experiments with a lot of different brands. So Tech King Mike, I know he has a lot of experience with ecosystems. I know he does the Samsung, the Apple, the Windows. He tries everything at least once. So
I had no idea you was talking about me. I was over here about to start doing something else, and I saw me pop up. I was like, "Oh, well, all right, damn, here he is." Yeah, what up, though?
What's good, Mike? What's good?
Oh man, I can't call it, man. I just might spoil it. You know what I'm saying? I just did what it is.
That's good to hear. How's your baby girl doing, man?
She is fussing. I had to get up and close the door. otherwise, she's doing good. Appreciate it.
How old is she now?
She'll be 5 months next week.
Okay, got you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good to hear she's doing well.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Nothing like a healthy baby. Okay, so the next guest I got is someone who also experiments with a lot. I don't know how I put this together, but I think I did a really good job with it because like 3 of these people, they're always just jumping between ecosystems and definitely have experiences with everything. So I'm gonna bring up
And I'm like, oh, we live. Yeah, boom, man.
Bro, you gotta say names. What up, people? What up?
Oh man.
Yeah, I had to get my Animal Crossing on, man.
My dog was going hard in Animal Crossing.
Anyways, I know I love me some ecosystems and stuff like that. So
let's
get it.
I'm really excited to get into
everything.
Okay, so the next person I'm gonna bring up, Mr. Apple himself. I'm like super proud of this dude. Had a really big deal last week, and he's finally able to talk about it. So, Mr. Apple himself, Ramon Media.
Let's go.
Thank you for the very warm introduction. And believe me, I have a bunch of Apple stuff right now, but I'm definitely not going to be like, completely biased for them because actually one of the videos they saw of mine was me completely crapping on the iPhone SE, and they were still like, "Oh, we're going to send you one anyway." So I guess they have a lot of confidence in me, but nah, it's really cool, and it's really great to be here.
Okay, so the last person I'm going to bring up, he might be the most biased of the bunch. Just might be.
Facts. He is. There he is.
This is the Mr. Apple ecosystem right here, Mr. Technically T in the building. How you doing, man?
Yo, I'm chilling, man. You have to call me out like that, man.
See, he came in laughing because he knows it's true.
I'm just biased to what I've used. I can't speak on the others, man. That's all I got to say.
I mean, yeah, you use what works for you. That's all that matters, man.
That's it, yeah.
That's all that matters. So let me catch up to these comments.
Yeah,
my camera is messing up right now, Trent.
You could be living in both worlds like me. You main in the S22, but you got this on your wrist. You know what I'm saying? You could be a little bit everywhere.
Mike, you got cellular, right? Cellular?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
This Pro Max too big to be carrying around with this S22 Ultra. I ain't got time. Pockets ain't like
that. Let me see. Yeah, she's gonna be grabbing all your phones, Mike.
No, hey, bro, she already grabbing my watches, man. Like I got a case on the way for my Apple Watch, just because of the fact that I noticed, like when I be holding her hand will be on the watch. Like, give me that. Give me that.
Do you say she know how to spin the bezel on your Galaxy Watch too? now?
Nah,
That's
bro,
crazy.
like facts. Like I just be sitting there chilling. If I got the Galaxy Watch on, and all you'll hear is just click, 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 click,
Or at least it's satisfying.
Funny.
right.
I catch myself
I
just
don't
playing
wanna do
around
that.
with
I
it
do the same
sometimes.
thing, man. I do the same thing.
Yeah, what's good, Pat's Tech? This is definitely one of the better up and comers in the game right now. He always keeps it real. Definitely have to get him on one of these streams. Hop in my DMs, Pat. Let's see, Chris Williams. How you doing, man? Pataka Mac Easy Pro. This for you too. This for you. I have
Chris,
no
you
idea.
He had to be there.
You already see
He
what's
had to be there because he asked you that last night too, didn't he?
Pro,
T?
man. Pataka
No,
Pro,
I'm
yeah.
all Pitaka as well. I've got like all the Pitaka stuff. I main Pitaka
I'm with my
stuff
junk though.
usually.
Like I'm literally about to
Yeah.
switch to put the phone red on. I switch cases like every other day.
I want that Pataka, that 3-in-1 charger. I need that. That is cold. That is a cold.
Tech
Oh,
Full
did I
Tech
need
in the
that?
building. Another very good up and
Uh-oh.
coming creator.
I can get
1
one.
a.m.
This dude makes some fire thumbnails. I will tell you that. Tech Full Tech.
Need some lessons.
For sure. Me too, man. Me too. Good turn. What's good, Show and Tech? We got to get you on
Showing
here
tech in
too.
the building.
Mhm.
Okay, guys. So the first thing that I'm going to ask you, I just want to hear like everyone's opinion in the panel. If you are currently in a tech ecosystem, which one are you in? And this could be cameras. This could be smartphones. This could be laptops. This could be overall ecosystems. This could be video games. What ecosystems do you guys think that you're in currently? I'm gonna start with Ramal. So, what ecosystems do you think you use the most currently?
Well, currently, because of the whole Apple thing, I'm currently just completely in on the Apple ecosystem. Like, basically one product from each product category. And you mentioned cameras. I'm actually in the Sony camera ecosystem. I've got 2 cameras, Sony, standby Sony for video. But yeah, Apple ecosystem for phones, for computers, and at the moment Watch. But I kind of do Galaxy Watch one day, Apple Watch the other, just for some variety.
Yeah.
Because it's a watch. It's as much a fashion statement as it is like a piece of utility. So iPhone, iPad, MacBook, AirPods, but that's basically it for me. It's just all Apple and all Sony at the moment.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so the next person I'm gonna go with T. If you consider yourself in an ecosystem with any of your tech products, what are you calling out right now?
Okay.
Definitely Apple. You know what I mean? Everything Apple, computer, iPad, AirPods, Apple Watch, iPhone. So Apple got me down when it comes to mobility. Sony cameras. I'm team
Okay.
Sony. 3 Sony cameras. And if I had to do a gaming, I'm all team Xbox. So
Okay.
that's where it comes to that. I love if I can walk in the store and get me a PS5, I get one. But you already know how that is. So team Xbox, Sony, and Apple. That's what I'm rocking with, man.
I got you. Okay, so we're gonna go with Ike next. We're gonna go with Ike. So what ecosystems are you in right now? Because I know you're literally on the edge. We DM
Ike
about
everywhere.
this a lot.
Yeah, I'm
Ike is
bruh, for real. So right now, man, I got Tab S8 Ultra right here, iPad Pro 12.9, Mac, Galaxy Watch, my S22 Ultra's in the bedroom charging,
Yeah.
Pixel 6 Pro. In surprise, my iPhone is actually in my drawer right now, surprisingly, and then obviously AirPod Max. So I'm literally all over the place right now.
Yeah, so I
I'm
know
all over
you've
the place.
you've been really hardcore debating between Apple as a computing device and then Windows.
Facts.
Which are you leaning to right now?
So
just based
I can
on
say
ecosystem?
for the foreseeable future right now, it's definitely going to be on the Apple side. It's like my workflow is just too I've already gotten accustomed too much to my workflow to kind of change it up.
Yeah.
And then what you taught me as far as OBS, that took that same level of productivity to a whole nother level. It's like I could already kind of crunch out my videos for the most part fairly quick, but being able to just record everything in one shot, camera, mic, everything in one, like that, it kind of solidified it for me. So I definitely for sure got to go Apple when it comes to the computer, at least for the time being. Maybe I'll explore Adobe and their suite, but for right now, definitely Final Cut Pro on the Mac, man.
Okay, I got you.
I avoid Adobe like the plague. except for Photoshop.
I just don't like the subscription type of thing. Like I already bought Final Cut. I own it. Like I have it. I could put it on multiple Macs. Like it's kind of like when you look at it from that perspective, like that's one of the big holds for me. I have LumaFusion too, so I have that. Kind of waiting for it to come to the Tab S8 Ultra, then I could kind of explore it a little bit more. But for right now, man, I gotta go Final Cut Pro. It's just way too easy. Like I'm just way too used to it at this point.
Okay, before I go to Mike, I want to go to these comments real quick. Johan said he's in the Galaxy ecosystem right now. The Fold 3, S Pen, and
Let's
the Galaxy
go.
Buds Pro. I kind of want
That's
some
a good
Galaxy
one.
Buds. I haven't gotten to try them yet.
They good.
I like
But,
that.
Yeah, they good. They good.
Yeah, what
Yeah, but
ecosystems
if you
are you
can
in
get-
right now, Mike?
Right now, I am mostly Apple. Only Android stuff I really got going on is the S22 Ultra and the Galaxy Watch, and I rock with them. I really do.
Mhm.
But I go back to work the next week, and
Okay.
once I go back to work, my main SIM will probably be back in my iPhone because I'm gonna need that battery life. So,
That's facts.
so I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that battery out of that Pro Max for them 12-hour shifts.
Yeah, I understand.
But I
You
mean,
gonna carry? Oh, go ahead.
That's as far as like gaming. I mean, I'll just hold this up real quick for anybody out there that wants
Oh,
smoke.
yeah, I
I
forgot.
just hold that up.
Hey, what's good? What's good?
Because I'm not, I'm not scared of you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't scared of you.
No, we can jump on them now. I mean, the always
See,
close.
you already got me on the game, dog. I'm saying you already got my hat. It's Tech King Mike, people. Tech King Mike. I'm out
My
here.
series just got dust over here, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to go
blow
and change
the dust off
mine.
your Xbox then, and then I'll put some dust back on it after I beat you. You know what I'm saying?
It
So
is.
we good. We good.
All right. So, Delvine, what ecosystems do you consider yourself part of right now? Because I
Delvine,
know
I
yours
love-
is
he
going to
all
be
over
the
the
most
place,
difficult.
too.
Yeah.
I felt bad. He
Alright,
all over the
Breathe,
place
big
too.
fella.
I-
Breathe, big fella.
Look, bro, I know I need to breathe. I am a tough case. All right, I just want to say that
Mhm.
because I don't like ecosystems. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm one
That's
of those
fair.
buyers who buy products that just work better for my life. Okay,
That's
so
fair.
with that being said, I have Apple, Samsung, Google, I have Windows, I have Xbox, I have PlayStation, I have VR, Oculus VR, PlayStation VR, I have Nintendo Switch, I have Wii, and I have what
Same.
console am I missing, bro? I feel like I'm missing some, but
Like you got
crazy.
everything.
Like a Dreamcast. man.
I'm pretty much everywhere. And then if I'm in somebody's
That's good,
ecosystem,
easy.
I mostly got their watch, their buds, their headphones, their tablets, the whole 9 yards, and computers and everything like that. With Ike, I just started using. No, I'm lying. I've been using Mac, but I just started using Final Cut, and I kind of fell in love with that. So now I'm going to keep a Mac forever. Now I'm really Windows because of gaming, but
Mhm.
yeah, I love Final Cut. That's my attachment to Apple right now, for at least for the computer. Other than that, I can do everything on my Windows and stuff like that. But Final Cut is dope. I like it.
Yo,
Yeah,
Final
so-
Cut is dope.
yeah,
I mean,
but I
Final
did.
Cut combined with Apple Silicon is like heaven.
Yeah,
it's absolutely
but
insane.
I did have to pay for Adobe Photoshop, unfortunately, because my other job is a photographer, so I need Photoshop. I can't live without it. So that
Okay.
subscription is trash, but I had to get it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so Techful Tech said he's in the Galaxy ecosystem. He has a Samsung Smart Monitor, Buds Pro, S22 Ultra, and Book Pro 360.
I want to
So,
try one of those Galaxy
so-
monitors, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the new
ones.
M8 looks so good.
You got one, Mike? It's beast.
I got the M7.
Mhm.
I got the M7 strictly because of this. When I like this room is like
That's
my guest
exactly
room.
what I wanted, dog.
So when I'm done with YouTube and stuff, and I'm done, doing anything gaming wise, I just kick back and just look at Netflix or something like that on the couch right there. Like I love this monitor.
See,
And
bro,
it's
that's
cheap,
why I
too.
want one. Like, that's why I want one because it's like when I get done my job, I have to reach over, click the button to switch inputs to the X because I got Xbox and PlayStation and whatever. But I have to switch over inputs, man. So I was literally just talking to one of my homies, like, I wish I made remotes for monitors, but
Seriously.
I've been
That
thinking
is.
about trying the Galaxy Book just because I know they're powerful enough to handle my workflow, but
Mhm.
I'm in that camp where I'm just like, I done paid for Final Cut, I done paid for
Yeah.
Affinity Photo. I just do not feel like trying to learn something new at this point. Like I ain't but 33 years old, but I feel like I'm double that. I ain't trying to learn nothing, man. I ain't got time.
Yeah,
Be like,
I
why
feel
don't you
you
just
on that.
learn this, bro? Why don't you just go to? Never mind, be quiet.
So yeah, Stan JB said he's all over the place as well. He has the iPad Air 5, the Galaxy Watch Active 2, the Pixel 6 Pro, and a Windows PC, and would be
Would be
PS5 if you
PS5.
can
Hey, so
grab.
everybody looking for a PS5, send me your
Hey
money.
man,
Hey, no.
They the
You looking
best,
for a
bro.
PS5? Send me
Mhm.
your money. There's literally a Target within walking distance of me. I swear they get a shipment every week.
That's what's up.
That's what Latrell be saying about Xboxes. This man always got Xboxes in his local
Man,
stores and
listen,
stuff. I'm like,
I
bro,
need
if I
Xboxes.
had the money, if my
I
money
can
wasn't
Xboxes.
tied up in my baby, bro, I swear for God, I'd be flipping them
You
things.
Ever browse in
It-
there? If you
it
ever
took me
go in there just
forever.
happen to see one, I know that never happened. Lord, let me know. I will cash out you right away or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't even seen
I
one in
will
store
stand. I
yet.
will stand in front of that glass case like I will stand in
You
front
have a
of that
lightning
glass-
fast deposit.
It ended up taking me longer to get my Xbox than to get my PlayStation. I got my PlayStation at launch. Xbox, I just got that weeks ago.
Oh, I
Like
got
I
mine.
just was able to
Yeah,
get it.
I was
Look at
I was one of those impatient people that used
To
the
you, a
scalper
little
for
low,
my
you a little low, by
Xbox.
the way.
So
I ended up having to use a scalper too. He only wanted $50 over retail, so it wasn't that bad. So
yeah, I
I
bought
was
mine.
down to pay
horrible
that.
scalper then. He's horrible.
Yeah,
Facts. Like you pay for the system with tax.
right, right.
Yeah,
Give
pretty-
the scalper.
You pretty much paid tax. Yeah.
I
That's
refuse
So
to
terrible.
give the
You came
scalper
under the tax
anything.
actually. It's like $70 tax.
yeah. So I ended up getting mine on point then. I didn't even think about it like
come
that.
up like I did.
Yeah,
My
that's
homeboy
crazy.
shot me a text and he was like, "Hey, Best Buy got them back in stock." I had $100 in elite points. I had a $300 gift
Oh,
card.
dang.
I was
Damn.
at work. I was at work and I pulled the
He was
truck
ready.
over and sat in the truck for 30 minutes in the queue. I was like, I'm gonna get this today.
Yo.
I'm gonna get this thing today.
You got that for us still. Yeah, that's not a scalper. That's a
Oh,
lookout.
It is a lookout. That was a lookout, bro.
Yeah, some random dude on OfferUp, man, and it was sealed. Like I was like, "Yo, can I open the box?" Because
crazy.
somebody put rocks and stuff in there and seal it back up. But he was like, "Yeah, man, you can open the box or whatever." Like I guess it was like a kid and his dad, like a teenager, and his dad was like doing like a resale thing. Maybe they got like stuck with a couple or something, so they was letting them go. But yeah, man, $550.
That's what's up, bro. So I'm gonna just talk about my ecosystem right now. I actually just sold my Pixel, so I only have one phone right now. I definitely want to pick up an iPhone, but I am waiting until until the next SE.
Just wait.
That's what I keep. Yeah, that's what I keep saying.
Yeah.
It's happening.
You'll be
this
waiting
year.
until like 2027 for the SE of your dreams at this point.
Ramon, he ain't waiting. But the thing is he doesn't know he not waiting that long. I already told him you're not waiting that long. Like just he's not waiting that long.
Yeah. So
Alpine
use
Green, he
the-
doing about it.
I got the S22 Ultra. I'm using a Windows laptop, Xbox, and I do all of my creative stuff on iPad. So
You're
that's
like a
what-
little bit all over.
Yeah, it's a
too.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a little bit
And
all
then-
over.
I'm not gonna talk about smartwatches because
Nah, you got all of them.
Man, you like the king watch.
I actually forgot I'm in the microphone ecosystem. I use
They
all
can't make a
road.
watch that
I use
you don't
all
own
road
yet.
everything. I just realized that.
okay.
Rode mic here, Rodecaster Pro, Rode on my other mic over there, and then another Rode for my little vlogging mic. I'm like, damn, I am all
Yeah.
Rode's products.
All
Yeah,
road.
I got all roads too, except for
Yeah.
like one microphone. I got an Audio Technica one. Other than that, all roads. So
I
So-
just really thought about that. Like, dang, I didn't realize that.
yeah.
What about cameras, Delvon?
Oh,
What cameras are you
Canon.
using?
Canon.
Yeah.
I got Canon and Sony, but this is the only Sony I own right here. This camcorder or whatever. This bull crap. Somebody gave that to me, so I used it just for walking around and taking pictures of me and my lady and stuff, and just for fun. So, but Canon
Talks
all
crazy.
day. But I had owned all of them. I went from Nikon to Sony, and I went to Sony when Sony was like jumping, when they had only mirrorless cameras on the market that was awesome with eye autofocus and stuff.
Yeah.
And Canon decided to come out with something. I was like, let me move to Canon because they're color science and just all the talk. Every time I'm out doing photography and I run into other photographers, they always got Canon. Like Canon. I'm like,
That's
ugh.
what I see too.
You know,
I
so
love Canon. I still
Yeah.
got
Like when I be out at Disney and stuff like that, I
Yeah.
see people like taking photos. Like
Yeah.
the girl who shot our Christmas pictures, the family Christmas, Canon.
Canon. And plus, like the Canon little factory junk for me to get repairs is right down the street from here. So it was like way
man.
easier to get that repaired. Nikon had to send off somewhere, and Sony same thing. But it's Canon, drive right down there and be like, look, fix my camera. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smooth.
So
yeah.
yeah, I know T is in the Sony and ecosystem, and then Ramal is in the Sony ecosystem. Is there like a specific reason as to why, or you just like really like the color profile of Sony?
It's like
Or
the quality of Sony. For
Okay.
me,
I
just
like the value for what you get in terms of like video profiles,
Mhm.
because on Canon cameras you have to pay a little bit more to get access to log profiles and stuff, and also
Absolutely.
the Sony autofocus is sticky. It is like I don't have to mess with it at all. And also, yeah, it's like once you have one camera, there's no point in getting like another camera brand if you want to stick to like the same workflow and color science. So I know my Sony cameras inside out. So
Yeah, same here with me. Like I started with Canon, and I love Canon. Don't get me wrong, I still love Canon cameras, man. Absolutely love them. I can get all Canon right now and be perfectly fine. Like wouldn't even stop a beat. But for me, it was just
I can use this
quality.
camera with my eyes closed. So like,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
all second
That's
seriously.
good.
Like the quality, and then also the price of E-mount lenses. If I try to go RF mount with the R5 with the R6, the RF lens is just so expensive. But when you go to E-mount, it's
Don't
so
remind me.
Canon, Sigma, you got so many affordable options, and it just makes Canon just make a little. I mean, Sony just makes more
I am
sense.
a Sigma guy, like 100%. Like
Yeah,
Sigma
that's why
all the way.
I'm on a 24-70 right now on my
I
A74.
can't do third parties no more, man. I gotta do first party. But he's right. I got rid of all my EF lenses and now got RF lenses. And yes,
Boy,
they are expensive, man.
they are
Very expensive.
high, man. They're good. They're really good, but
They're
they're just
good, though.
high, man.
Yeah.
So,
I feel you on that.
So my next question is going to be like, what do you think is like the most important part of like a tech ecosystem? Do you think it's the hardware or the software, or if you have something else? Yeah,
Good
if
question.
it's something else, what do you think it is?
Tech fight question.
That is a
That
tech
is a
fight
tech fight
question.
question.
That's a tech. Yo, you better
There's
write
no
that,
time.
Mike. That is a tech
Better write
fight
it down.
question. That
There
is
you go.
very
Well,
good.
okay, like the way I see it, the best part of it, the best like aspect of like a thing that makes an ecosystem a great ecosystem is not having to work to make the ecosystem work. Like the ecosystem should work for me, and I shouldn't have to make sacrifices or take time out of my day to make the ecosystem work for me. The ecosystem just exists around me. I don't have to exist in it. It just exists around me, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, that makes perfect
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
That makes perfect sense. And that's spot on. But if I had to say like which do I feel is more important aspect, I would say software. I would say
Yeah,
software.
definitely.
I think hardware is definitely important. Like, don't get me wrong, because it's like you need a solid foundation of both, right? But I personally feel as though software is a little bit more important, just because with software you can add stuff later, you can squash bugs, you can make things work more seamless, all of that. I mean, I hate to be that guy, but look at Apple. Like, in terms of ecosystem, there's still not an ecosystem of products that is as seamless and has as much polish as the Apple ecosystem. You got
Like,
some
that's
that
why
have
phones like the
great
iPhone SE.
functionality. Yeah,
yeah, I hate this phone, but I love what it represents. Like it's like an
It's like,
easy gateway into the
bro,
ecosystem.
gateway right into the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah,
Right into the Apple
definitely.
ecosystem. Because it's like clear as day, if you have like a child getting their first smartphone and their parents want to keep them within Apple, that's easy. So it's like if that kid gets like, you know, the iPhone SE, what do you think they're gonna buy, you know, 3-4 years down the line when they're buying their own first smartphone? They're gonna buy an iPhone because they're used to it. It's like you said, it's the gateway, man. It's literally the gateway. It's the gateway. But software, if we're gonna answer the question, software is definitely more important to me.
Yeah, what do you think, Delvon?
Yeah, I had to go with software too, because I mean, I spend 99.9% of my day saying "Hey, G word" all day long to my speakers in my
Facts.
house, turning on my lights and
Facts.
Hey,
know,
you
my
didn't even
TV
mention
and-
that, bro. That's
yeah.
the ecosystem
Oh,
right there.
Yeah, well, I did say
Yeah.
Google. Then I mean, well, Google. You know, yeah, you're right. Google is probably the one ecosystem that I use the most. That's probably like my most dominant one because it connect like all of my products together. To be honest with you, between
That's
like
kinda how
Windows
I
and
am, too.
Apple. Yeah, so that's like my bridge. So that's why I'm not connected to like one ecosystem itself, but Google connects all my products together. So yeah, but yeah,
Yo, that's
software.
a good point.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
I didn't
try
think
to,
about that. Like,
I try to
I
explain this
kinda-
to a lot of people.
Yeah, I gotta kind of change my answer based off of that, because when you think about it, like I'm in the Google ecosystem because I
Yeah.
use when you look at all their services, like don't just think hardware, think all their services. Google Keep, Gmail, like I use all of that stuff across my
All
iPhone.
of that.
Like I probably have the most Google iPhone you could probably get. I use
Me too.
Chrome, Gmail, all of that, bro. Like
That's
seriously.
funny.
So it's like if I would say I'm in the Google ecosystem because it makes everything else be able to
Connects.
work with
Yeah.
with together, right? Because you can access all those Google services on the web. You can get them on any Android phone, Google Home, like
Windows, Mac,
everything.
don't really matter. Even
Yeah,
the
it don't
TV.
matter. Yeah,
Yeah,
facts. So yo, for real.
I mean, I'm
Google
definitely
ecosystem, I'm
Google
proud of
Home
that.
for my room, but like Apple HomeKit for like outside of my room because my parents have iPhones and I like dabble with Android, so everything in here is Google Home. But I do find that Apple HomeKit, like the commands, seem to like trigger stuff more quickly than on Google Assistant. I don't know if that's like something
Okay.
everyone else notices, but like Apple, like if I say like, "Hey SIRI," like lights on in the living room, like it's instantaneous. Whereas on Google Assistant, it hangs for like 5 seconds before it does anything. Don't know if you guys have experienced that.
Mine kind of hangs, but I haven't tried HomeKit though.
Mine only hangs because I got like literally a Google product in every room, so they don't know which one they want to answer. They be thinking
That's
like,
true.
"You gonna answer? You gonna answer? You gonna answer?" Like, so it'd be everywhere. Even my phone goes off. My phone goes off. My tablets go off. My freaking every speaker, every room, my bathrooms, kitchen, living room, everything go off, and they try to figure out which one's gonna answer. So therefore, it hangs.
Really,
Yeah.
mine normally does pretty okay with
Yeah.
that. Like if I'm, because I don't have as many as you too. Because I remember we was talking. Well, I don't have as many as you.
Yeah.
I have the Nest display in the bedroom. I got a home in the kitchen, a home in our main bathroom, and then I got the Chromecast. So yeah, I don't have as much as you. So that might be why. And then obviously my Pixel, but I don't have as much
I mean,
as you.
it's
That might be
mainly
why.
due because like if I'm in my hallway, right, that hallway is like the bridge for all of them. They can all hear me, you know. So if
That's
I'm
a
in my
good
room,
point
like
too.
now, my little studio right here, like if I say it now, this one is just going to answer maybe my phone's in my tablet because it's right in front of me. But other than that, the other ones won't hear me. But if I'm in the hallway, I'm like, okay. And then like all of them be like, what, you talking to me?
That makes sense though, because they can all hear you. So they can all hear you.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
responsive, but as far as what he's saying, like when I
Yeah.
say turn on the lights, it takes a while because it's like one of them is trying to figure out which one's going to turn it on. So, yeah, and then I hear like the one in the other room like turn it on hallway light, and I'm like, I was talking to the one right here.
But speaking of ecosystems too, did y'all hear about Matter? That whole new standard that everybody's gonna be a part of. Apple, Google, like pretty much everything is gonna work with the new standard. Like everything. So like you buy a light bulb, it'll be Matter.
Okay.
So regardless of what you use, Android, iOS, whatever, everything will be able to operate within
So is
that.
that like a company coming up with that? Or
No,
is it just
it's more like think of like Qi like Qi charging
Okay,
is like
I
a
see what you're
standard.
saying.
Matter is like the standard. It's kind of like that.
That's so
And
interesting.
everybody is on board. Google, Apple,
that's
Microsoft, Samsung.
But what
Like,
about
bruh,
communication?
if we could get it, I was just about to say, we could get like a communication
Communication,
aspect,
man. That's
what?
the problem, man.
Bro.
Everybody don't want an Android. Everybody don't want an iPhone, bro. Why can't we just shake hands one day, man? Just
And
get it
just
together,
meet in the
man.
middle,
Yeah,
man.
crazy.
Yeah.
Because then nobody will make money.
That's
That's
hey,
hard
money-
reality right
Everybody
now.
got to
Yeah,
keep their own little
exactly.
thing. Real
Yeah,
personal.
reality.
You know, they can't let too much out.
The minute we
Yeah.
all get along, the minute profits go down, we ain't got time
That's
for that.
true.
I mean,
Yes,
That's true.
absolutely.
Yeah.
but communication, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, ecosystem is like one of the biggest forms of profit for like a lot of companies. A lot of companies right now.
But communication,
Speaking of that, Michael Pepper Tech said you can have an iPad, Watch SE, iPhone SE, and the cheapest iPods and get a good experience, or go iPad Pro, iPhone Pro,
Yep.
AirPods Pro,
Speaking
MacBook Pro,
truth.
and the software is the same on both levels. That's like crazy
Speaking
to think about.
truth. Yeah. Still
Because
get
like a lot
airdrop
of
and all
other
that.
companies like Samsung devices, like you can't use DeX on like the budget devices and things like that. Or
I'm gonna be the devil's
Yeah.
advocate here, and I'm gonna say the ecosystem is defined by the hardware. That's just me though.
okay,
Because-
yeah,
down.
go ahead,
Break
Mike.
it
I want to
down.
hear it.
Break it
Because-
down.
Because here's the thing, right? Like put Michael Pepper's comment back up, right? Ecosystem is not just defined by software and hardware; it's defined by your budget too. That iPad, that Watch SE, that iPhone SE, the cheapest AirPods, and anything else, you know, that he wants to throw in there. Yeah, it's a good ecosystem experience. It's a cheap one too. When you go higher hardware, more expensive hardware, you get more out of your ecosystem. So I think
Good
hardware
point.
plays a factor in it as well. Software is obviously the defining link, but for me, I look at ecosystems as budget and as hardware. Like for me personally, like I said, that's one of the reasons why, much as I enjoy using this phone because my wife has one and it's cool for us to communicate with each other, I'm always gonna stay in the Apple ecosystem because I know what I get, what I pay for.
I can't fault that. That's a good point on the hardware side.
I mean, we ain't disagreeing with you about the hardware. He just kind of gave us the ultimated hardware and software. We had to choose one.
Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, you already know the answer is both.
Yeah, both.
The answer is
That's right.
both in a perfect world.
For sure.
Answer is both, man. Because like I said, you can have banging. You see examples of both being good and bad on both sides. Like if you look at Google, for example, they make some of the best software in terms of their services in the software side, but on the hardware side, we still don't have a Pixel Watch. We still don't have a laptop competing really with like Windows or Mac. You see what I'm saying? So like when you look at it from that perspective, man, like hardware is just as important. Because if you don't have the hardware, you don't have an ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely a
So
good
in
point.
terms of
Both.
software, what do you guys think is like the most important? Do you think it's like overall connectivity? Do you think it's the UI of everything? Or do you think it's the amount of
I
features?
feel like it's a little bit of like and I hate to use this word because it sounds so Apple based, but like the continuity. You know what I mean? It's just how things communicate with each other. You see what I'm saying? Like, can you pick up this and can you finish it over here? Or, and I hate to even use that because it sounds like I'm only thinking about Apple, but I'm really not. Like, that's kind of what ties together.
That's-
for
yeah,
me.
that's-
If you put it into a more universal term, you could say like synchronicity. So like
yeah,
everything
you go.
syncs with each
just
other.
how
Yeah.
everything
I
kind
can't
of
spell
just
that word.
the work. You know what I mean? Just
Me
how
neither,
smooth
Mike.
makes the workflow without any hurdles. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely from device to device, how everything kind of syncs together and becomes one. Like that is just so important to me, and just the ease of use for that is just important. When it comes to me.
Actually,
I
I've
think
got a
that's the
question
biggest
for you
thing.
guys.
Okay.
So like when it comes to ecosystems, I've like noticed a very like defining difference. So for example, with the Apple ecosystem, the ecosystem really comes alive when you have like one of each product out of each segment. But I've noticed for like, for example, like Windows and Samsung, the ecosystem like works even when you don't have the devices, even if you're like not
Right.
simultaneously using the devices, like with the Your Phone app, for example, like on Windows, it is so good on Samsung with like Samsung and Windows that I can't like I can't fault it. Like you can open recent apps from on your phone from your like Windows laptop without even touching your phone. Like that sort of like that level of deep integration is something that I don't see in Apple, like on Apple's side, but Apple doesn't do it that way. They kind of use multiple devices like at the same time to achieve like a greater like link between all the devices for their ecosystem. I don't know if you guys have noticed that specifically.
No, definitely. That in my opinion is like their greatest strength and their greatest weakness. Like it's
Exactly,
literally their greatest strength because it's like again, you get that polish, that seamlessness across all your devices, but it's also their biggest weakness because it's like they're not looking at it from a standpoint of I need to make this specific product the absolute best in its category. That's why I personally feel like you have like iPhones and this is my opinion. But in terms of iPhones, they kind of stagnate. It's kind of like stagnate behind Android. Apple Watch, in my opinion, is definitely class leading. iPad is debatable. In my opinion, it's not class leading. But like I said, I just feel like with Apple, you get a lot of like they focus on how everything communicates rather than focusing on making each individual pillar as strong as possible, right?
That's
so like if if you're looking at it from like the perspective of like buying a house, right? Your house has to have those strong pillars. If one of those pillars to your house isn't strong or isn't firm, your whole house is gonna collapse. And I'm not saying Apple's collapsing, but you know what I'm saying? It's like I want them to focus less on the ecosystem part, how my iPhone works with my Mac, and just focus on making the iPhone do more in its own category. Exactly, in its own category.
Yeah, it's like every Apple product within its own ecosystem is its own weakest link.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
It's a very interesting like paradigm you have there.
Yeah, when it comes to
Devon.
ecosystems, it's a little sensitive for me, and I'll be trying to explain this to a lot of people that Apple is like a full-blown mobile ecosystem. That's pretty much it. You get your tablet computer, your watch, your earbuds, AirPods, computer, whatever. That's it. It stops there. Well, Samsung, on the other hand, now keep in mind. Before I say that, people made Apple the standard, right? Everybody wants that ecosystem, right? Well, Samsung has TVs, they have refrigerators, they have microwave stoves, and they go beyond just the tech as far as connecting their ecosystem.
That's true.
So I don't understand why a lot of people want everybody ecosystem to be like Apple's. I don't.
No, it's because the Apple ecosystem is like the sexier ecosystem. Like no one thinks of washing machines and fridges as like groundbreaking technology. Like it's like a whole like perception thing, honestly.
Yeah, I get that, and it's a good ecosystem. Like I say, it stops at mobile. It don't go beyond it. Even Google has like Nest products. I got a Nest doorbell and some other Nest cameras and everything. So I got the thermostat too. Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? Like the ecosystem stretches out further. So that is more of an ecosystem to me personally, because that stuff, right? I can say, hey Google, turn the temperature to 90 degrees or something. Oh, Lord, that's too hot. But you know what I mean, though, right?
I have an argument to that, though. I have an argument to that.
But all right.
Go ahead, Mike.
HomeKit.
That's true.
HomeKit links all of that.
Oh my God, Google.
See, HomeKit is good when it works, but it's so annoying when it doesn't. Like I guess that's true for like most smart home stuff, but HomeKit especially can be very picky with hardware.
And I think if we saw Apple make more of that stuff, then that would be a little bit more to like that point. But I think what like from the Google aspect, and I can't say everything because Google doesn't necessarily make everything, right? But like the Nest thermostat, obviously they own Nest, so it's like some of that stuff is more first party kind of thing. So not that it makes it work any better than using it with an iPhone, because my iPhone still works the same with my Chromecast as the remote, just as good as on my Android phones. But I see where Delmon's getting at, and I guess it's a good point.
It is a very good point. Like I didn't even not say you don't think about it like that, but when you think about Apple and iOS, it is basically mobile. I mean, you gotta think about that. I mean, you have some things that's one off when it comes to the MacBook and different things like that, but as a whole, it does kind of stop at that. Where in other ones like the Nest, it kind of reaches out just a little bit more and touches some other products that Apple isn't even in right now. You see what I'm saying? So that's definitely a great point. Definitely.
Do y'all feel like though, like look at do you feel like when you look at Apple's ecosystem, right? Yes, it's a mostly mobile ecosystem, but look at how they've progressed it. It went from like pure iOS to like iPad OS, and like iPad OS and the iOS
right.
So talking, and like now we got universal control. I feel like Apple, even in their ecosystem, and I swear I'm gonna sound like I'm a Apple sheep for this, but you got to respect game for what it is. Even in their ecosystem, Apple takes their time putting it together. You know what I'm saying? Like look at the HomePod Mini. The HomePod Mini just came out not too long, like what, about 2 years ago now. And it's starting to kind of, it's not catching up to Google, but it's getting there. Like it's catching up to the Google Homes or whatever. But like when you look at Samsung, it's almost like Samsung and Windows. They were like, oh, we see where Apple's going with universal control. So instead of trying to slowly build it up and build that brick house so that the big bad wolf don't blow it down, we just gonna throw it together quick, and it works. But it doesn't work on the same level as Apple. So I feel like Apple, like they smooth with it in more ways than one.
Excuse me. It's a lot easier for Apple to do that because the full control.
They control everything.
I always think about this. If Samsung actually broke away from Android, right? Which I'll probably never ever buy their product, right? Because I buy Samsung because of Android in the first place. Yeah. But if they broke away and just made their own products, I don't even think it'd be on the same level as Google or as Apple at all whatsoever. If they just
from a software perspective, I don't think so. Hardware would be beautiful.
Yes,
exactly.
That would be smart.
I forget who said that hardware was the most important part of the ecosystem. Who was that?
That was Mike.
Mike.
Oh, that was Mike. Okay, because I just realized something. One of the biggest reasons Apple's ecosystem is so strong is because of Apple Silicon. If you think about it, it's not just the A series and M series chips, but you have like the U1 ultra wideband chip, and like you have like literally every like little tiny chip in everything, and like they all communicate with each other on like such an interconnected level that no like third-party chips could like really do to that level of efficiency. And like to that point, hardware is like Apple's ecosystem is good because of hardware and software, I'd say equally. So I'm going to change my answer.
That's
for the Apple ecosystem.
This is why I don't debate in my own tech fights. Y'all don't want to see me, man.
Crazy. But I mean, like I said, that's a very solid point, man. I think what it all comes down to for me personally, like I want to see Apple do a little bit more with each platform. Now, I can't really speak to Mac OS because Mac OS is definitely a full-fledged desktop OS, like through and through. I prefer it to Windows. I use it over Windows. But like when it comes to like their mobile side, and I mean, and I get it. Like Samsung will always go and do like the more kind of flashy features or just more features in general, just because they're not going to try to beat Apple in the optimization of their software game. Because in all honesty, they can't. Like it's like they just can't. But I just want to see Apple focus a little bit more on each pillar of their ecosystem. Like y'all really have nailed down the polish, the seamlessness, like the fact that it's like you literally sign in one time on these devices and everything is connected. You just sign into that iCloud, everything is connected one time, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they have that part nailed down, but it's like let iPad OS do a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Let iOS do a little bit more. I know that they don't want to cannibalize sales, but
think about it like this. Think about it like this, right? Let's say you living in a 1-bedroom apartment, right? And it's you, your girl, all your children in that apartment, right? So all y'all in this 1 bedroom, and somebody come to you and they say, "Hey, I got a house right here. It's built. You can move into it. You good to go." You go to the house. You look at the house, and you're like, "Man, everything is good. It's all put together. It's great." But then you start finding little things that don't work. You know what I'm saying? You start like you go in the bathroom, the hot water don't work. You know what I'm saying? You go in the kitchen and the fridge, the light in the fridge don't work. You start finding little stuff and it piles up. But then you got this other house over here where it's like it looked good, but up front, okay, that issue in the bathroom, it's gonna get fixed in about 6 months. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to pay for it to be fixed. It's gonna get fixed in about 6 months. Contractor working on that. That's Apple. Apple is that setup where it's like, hey, we got you. You know what I'm saying? We got you. You know what you're getting. Just come on in and just give it a little bit of time. Whereas Samsung and Google and the Chromebook, which I ain't even gonna touch the Chromebook. That's a whole hot mess in itself.
Yeah, that's pretty much dedicated web
Google
browser.
and the Chromebook and stuff like that. They over here like, no. Come into our house. We bought it through Zillow. Come on over here. You know, like
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that. I think for me it just comes down to how like and I guess I could talk specifically more about the iPad. Like I said, not to get too far away from ecosystems, but it's like I know that they'll never let the iPad do as much as the Tab S8 Ultra. I know they won't, because if they did, it's gonna cannibalize Mac sales. So it's like I get your analogy and you're spot on. I'm not disagreeing with you. Like I said, just for me, it's just like, bro, I want to be able to plug up the iPad to an external monitor. It's like if you're gonna advertise it as a laptop replacement, let it be a laptop replacement.
Creators and all this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And like I'm not saying that, you know, that creators can't do their workflow. Galen just said he uses iPad for pretty much his whole channel. So it's like it can definitely be done, but it's like I know time. It's like it's just like damn, like it kills me, man. But I hear what you're saying though, man. I hear what you're saying.
Possible when it comes to an iPad to use it as your main. It's possible, but there's so many workarounds.
Yeah, exactly.
So many dongles. You got to do this, transferring. Like it's so many. It's possible, but there's things that Apple. Some people, if you look at it, you think Apple was crystal clean. It's like no, they had a lot of cleaning up to do. And I feel like they can clean that up without expanding and reaching out and being able to do so much. Like there's so much stuff the iPad Pro can clean up, especially if you want to do this as a laptop replacement. It still can't be done. Like honestly, no. It just there's some things that iPad just can't do because iPad OS is limited. You know what I mean? So
I mean, like until very recently, you couldn't transfer files in the background. Like you couldn't on iPad OS, you couldn't do that. Like that's that is bare minimum stuff.
Is that fixed though? Yeah. Can you do that now?
It's fixed now.
It's fixed now. I couldn't remember.
People were praising Apple for it, but you can't praise them for adding in the
for something that should have been there.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a computer.
At that point, I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna be the Apple sheep of the dream because I'm just over here.
You're gonna say buy a computer.
I keep thinking about like devil's advocate questions in my head because like what goes through my mind when I hear that, it's like, well, at that point, is that Apple needing to clean stuff up, or is that a good business model? Because if you want to be able to do all of that stuff, go buy that MacBook Air.
And you're right, and that's that's
exactly the reason.
That's exactly why I said that. Yeah,
it's not.
But it is not a laptop replacement. See, it is. You don't like that Schneider cut when you plug it up to a monitor? It is.
That 4x3, bro.
At the same time, they can't call it. They can't call it a laptop replacement and not have like bare minimum laptop features. So, like,
I think that's what it is.
The only thing I know they got is a mouse and a keyboard.
Especially with laptop hardware, they're throwing the M1 in there, and you literally not doing nothing with it.
Yeah,
controlling,
open and closing that.
And I mean, I can't lie because there's literally a huge misconception with the M1, man. And when it comes to M1, like I honestly don't feel like that it's like a power play. I think when it comes to M1, they might advertise it like that because it's like ooh M1, but it's like what that really was literally saving money because it's way cheaper for them to just produce that same chip over and over and over and over. That was never about power.
And at the same time, it's great.
I feel stupid. I feel stupid for buying an M1 MacBook Pro. I ain't even gonna cap.
I think I've seen you post about that. You was upset.
Because this thing here, this M1 iPad Pro for 1 terabyte. That's what I feel stupid about buying.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why I feel stupid for buying this MacBook. When I bought this thing in September, last year. 16 gigs, 1 terabyte, $1,800 out the door. And then not even 2 months later, M1 Pro makes the M1 look like booty butt cheeks for $200 more. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they're still selling this one.
That's
almost like,
man.
At that point, that's trash. That's trash.
Watch what I tell everybody. Watch what they do when the new Mac Pro comes out. They're going to give everybody the studio display that everybody wants to see. The one that has higher. It's going to have the whole ProMotion display. It's going to have it's going to be bigger. And they're going to make people go out there and buy that one. They're gonna give you
I'm
this
calling
one
it
now.
144
They're gonna
hertz
make
now.
you wait for the Mac Pro, and then they're gonna drop it when they drop the Mac Pro.
Absolutely
gonna be
right.
XDR
And they're gonna
replacement.
charge
Wait,
like additional
like a
$500.
new Pro Display XDR, a new one, or
Yeah.
500.
Yeah,
because
They're gonna,
listen
they
to
gonna
what
charge
everybody's
an additional
complaining about right
$5,000.
now. Everybody's complaining
$5
about, oh, it
grand.
doesn't have,
You
it
might be
doesn't have
right.
promotion. Oh, it's not big enough. Oh, it's not that. It's
See,
all
I'm
of
very
those
curious
things.
on one point though, because like ProMotion 120 hertz with 6K, that requires like a ridiculous amount of bandwidth. And
Yeah.
I'm wondering if like only the Mac Pro is going to be able to do it, because like you can't do it over you can't do it
That's
over
what I'm
Thunderbolt
saying.
4.
It's
You
gonna-
can't.
it's
So
gonna
it's
be
going to be
a-
like a Mac Pro
I didn't even
exclusive.
think
if it
about
is.
that.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
a pair. They're like, hey, this is, and you can use it with this, and they're gonna give the display that everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
That's
along
funny
the
though. I didn't even think about it like that though.
They
Like
are gonna do
from
it.
like a power side, like
They
how much
just gave
power
you
they need
this
to
right
do
here.
it.
We're gonna feed y'all the studio display right now because y'all gonna buy it up. Y'all gonna go entirely crazy, but we're gonna leave it a little bit just to be desired. But we're gonna drop that when we do the Mac.
No, the studio display leaves a lot to be desired, actually.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
Yeah, it leaves a lot.
Everybody's
It
gonna
was
buy
out my budget.
Apple did exactly that. Everybody's buying it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just wait
Yeah.
till the new one comes out. and
Everyone's
everybody's
buying
gonna
it because they didn't have anything before. It's like
be like,
everyone thinks it's good value because there wasn't one before that.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't an Apple monitor that was affordable before.
it could have been $300 more dollars. People would have still bought it.
Yeah,
That thing
exactly.
could have been $1,800, $1,900. They would still bought it. Didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So
Apple
while
knows
we
they're
talking
important.
about tablets, I want to hit this comment. Do you think Samsung should include it 2 USB-C ports in the Ultra?
I kind of look at it like it would be nice, but I'm not feeling some type of way because they didn't though.
If it didn't have DeX, they should have. But because it has DeX and it has true adaptation for
That's
like
fair.
a USB-C
I
hub,
agree.
That's exactly why I'm saying it.
I think they straight. I think they straight.
Yeah.
Like
I have
with
a- I
mine
have
for
a
plug
problem.
up, I literally plug it up to my hub that has Ethernet, all of that stuff, man, and that's how I charge. So it's like for me, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, it would be nice to have another one on the opposite side, but it's not that
Yeah,
big. Of a
I agree
deal.
because when I'm using Dex, I plug it up in the hub and it still dies slowly. I mean,
Mhm.
it charges extra slow because of the hub.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it
same.
doesn't really charge fully up like real fast or whatever. So having the extra port for the charge because it's like like a whole computer system, pretty much Dex. And I've been using it for 2 weeks exclusively. It's
Yeah, I was
pretty-
just about
pretty
to
tough.
ask about that. How's that going for you? Like how much of your workflow can you replace with Dex?
Okay. I will not use a iPad or even Dex for like photo editing. I even said it in my post that I
Oh wow.
will not transition over as far as like doing my clients' photos on that. I will always use PC or my Mac for that. But everything else that I do, I can definitely get done on Dex. It fits right in there. And
Is there any particular reason? I'm just curious. Like as far as like your clients' photos and stuff like that.
because Photoshop has like well if you're like a photographer or even a big time video guy, like there's plugins and stuff that you can use within Photoshop and also tablets.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't do the iPad with Photoshop or Affinity Photo because they lack the plugins that I use and everything like that. So
Yes, sir, that's facts.
I would have to find more workarounds for everything. And why would I do that when I could just get it done?
Because, use the computer.
Yeah,
That's kind of how I feel with LumaFusion, man. Like I have LumaFusion,
right.
but it's like, why? If I'm already sitting here, why not just bump up Final Cut and just make that time that I'm
Exactly.
doing whatever I'm doing significantly shorter? It's like, why learn this?
Yeah, I like Luma just because of the touch interface mainly.
Yeah,
so good.
I just like that
So good.
interaction.
See,
Yeah.
when I hear y'all talking about the Tab SA Ultra, right? This is the problem I have with that device. It's a beautiful tablet. It's a beautiful device, and with Dex and everything like that, yes, it's like a 2-in-1 laptop replacement, whatever you want to call it. But when I tell somebody for $150 more, you can get a Galaxy Book 2 Pro 360 15.6 inch display with an Intel 12th gen i7 processor, Evo graphics, same 16 gig of RAM and a terabyte. It's like
150.
Like why?
for
Yeah,
150 more, you go from a tablet with a desktop
Separate
light
light
experience.
to an actual
it's a
desktop.
desktop-like experience to actual full fat Windows. Like
No, and I agree with that because
You know,
I can't even
that's
I
where
can't
Luma
even I can't even cap. If it wasn't for the trade-in, I wouldn't have gotten it. Like I literally only got mine because of the trade-in deal I got. That's the
I'm getting
only
my
reason
girl
why I
the,
got.
So are you getting
Well-
the new Galaxy Book, Mike?
yeah, I'm getting my girl the 13 inch. Like because
I'm getting it. Yeah, I'm getting it too. Yeah.
she's got the Tab S7 Plus, and with the fact that they're letting her get $500 for the trade-in, it's like, I mean, why the heck
Yeah.
not? Like, I can get a whole 13-inch 2-in-1 computer for under $1,000.
Well, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate.
It's kind of a no-brainer.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this because there was a situation where I decided to sell my MacBook, and a lot of people, really like Apple fans were like, "Why are you selling your MacBook? This is this powerful machine more than anything in the world," and blah 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 blah. Right? They gave me that whole 9 yards, and I swapped it out for like a Surface Pro 7 at the time or whatever before I had went back, and people was like, "Why would you do that?" Right? But my use case for it is a lot different because I do draw and I do edit photos. So having that pen and that touch screen to draw on it and to be able to edit my photos directly on the monitor is way more important to me than using my laptop when I could just do that on my desktop. So based off like
That's a good point.
The reason why I would buy a tablet over a laptop is for exactly that reason right there. Even if it's like $300 less or $150 less, or maybe even like more than what the laptop is slightly, I would always just buy that based off my use case. So I get it. You can recommend that to somebody, be like, yeah, you should get this because it's only 150 and it does more. But what is that person actually doing? We as tech people, we get, we talk about this tech a lot, but we never really ask anybody what's their use case about anything half the time. We just say this is more powerful, this is better. That's all I hear all day on Twitter. Like, this is better. This is better.
The thing about tech enthusiasts is that we use tech to enjoy it more than to actually use it.
We do
in many aspects. Yeah,
We do. Yeah.
I feel like like when I think about that question, like I do that. Like I ask my people, like, okay, well, what's your needs? You know what I'm saying? And like with my girl has, like I said, she has a Tab S7 Plus. She wanted the S8. She was like, "Ooh, new Tab S8. The Ultra looks fire." But the minute I started bringing stuff up, where I'm like, "Well, hey, you remember that stream you did last year, and the S7 couldn't recognize your webcam? Or you remember when you was trying to do XYZ with your hard drive and it wouldn't recognize it because of this or that, but you went and got it on your Windows computer and it worked like that?" I'm like, I look at like the overall value of what you get for what you purchase. Like the Tab S8 Ultra is a great media consumption device. It's a great, tablet desktop like device on the side, but when it's all said and done, it's not a computer. I'll stand on that. It's the same thing as an iPad. It's not a true computer.
It's not a computer.
Yeah, but that's just me.
I think what it all comes down to is just different users with different use cases. That's all. If you have somebody that needs that specifically, then 110% you're gonna go that route because that's what you specifically need, right? Yeah. But I mean, but in all honesty though, if I had to say like just for like if somebody came to me and was just like, hey, here's my workflow, or not my workflow, but like just general usage, I probably still would say, yo, go ahead and spend $150 more. You know what I'm saying? Just for because it's like you do get significantly more in terms of what the machine can do. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
So like I get it from what Mike was saying too, because it's like when you do, it's like at the end of the day, you need to be able to see, okay, what all can I get for this amount? Special niche type of thing to the side. Mm-hmm. So it's like I see both sides. I think both of them are right. I don't think either person is wrong.
So why don't you guys think we see like more types of ecosystems? Like, why don't you think we don't see like a big like OnePlus ecosystem or I don't know, LG
Stop
or.
It. Stop.
I'm gonna be real. OnePlus has an ecosystem. It's just they have a watch, they have earbuds, they have phone. It's honestly,
it just takes time.
And they even have a TV.
The US,
it takes time. Exactly.
And I honestly think for OnePlus, man, like when it comes to them, like they're like, and it's not nothing wrong with their software, but I'm just saying like from a software perspective, like I don't see them wanting to like build a Samsung or Apple like ecosystem where you have these actual devices communicating between each other, because if I'm not mistaken, all of it acts the exact same regardless of what device you pair to it. And in my opinion, like that's what kind of makes an ecosystem. Like if you substitute any part, LaShawn crazy. If you substitute any part of the Apple ecosystem with a different device from a different manufacturer, you completely lose that side of the ecosystem, right? So like I said, just for me, ecosystem ultimately comes down to how those specific devices work together. And I don't see any like special features or anything special that you get from a OnePlus watch because you're using a OnePlus phone. Like you don't really see that. And that to me is what makes the ecosystem, because you can just go buy, you can go buy earbuds, a phone, any watch, and a tablet, and call it an ecosystem. But to me, like if you don't have anything special that ties those things together that you can do, it's not really gonna take off for you. Like it's just not.
So now we're gonna go Google, Apple, Samsung. Like, what do you think those companies like need to do better? You guys don't have to answer all three. I just like.
Oh, I got to answer for all three.
Okay.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
I'll go first then.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you said Google, Samsung, Apple, right?
Yep. In terms of
So-
ecosystem, what do you think they could do better?
Apple in terms of ecosystem, they need, and I'm gonna say this because I already know Scoop somewhere lurking talking about they're not gonna do it because they're cannibalizing this product sales. He always let it throw that crap at me because I'm still always gonna want an iPhone Fold 3 style device. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
But anyway, Apple, I definitely want them to work on the individual pillars of their ecosystem. Try to make the iPhone the best smartphone in its category. And I don't mean most popular. Popular and best is two different things to me. Try to make it the best smartphone of smartphones. Try to make
In
the
terms of
iPad
best?
exactly in
terms
every
of best,
category.
Do you mean like features as well?
Just in general. If you're gonna label the iPad as a productivity machine, make it a productivity machine. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to cannibalize the Mac. Don't be afraid to cannibalize the
I see what you're
iPad.
saying.
We're giving the iPhone split view, stuff like that, right? So just make each individual pillar stronger in its own right. Then come back to the whole how they work together. Samsung, I would just say seamlessness and polish. Apple still has them beat because I could literally sign in one time and I don't have to sign into anything else. My messages all sync. My FaceTime immediately starts coming to my Mac. I'm talking to my iPad, everything. So seamlessness, polish. That in my opinion is what Samsung needs to work on. Google, just give me more hardware. Google, give me more hardware.
Exactly.
Give me premium buds. I want A&C.
Yep.
Premium buds with A&C and Pixel Watch whenever that's supposed to come out. And that's my three.
Tablet for drawing.
Tablet for drawing.
Thank you.
I don't know if I can come back behind it. I say anything. He summed it up literally perfect.
I
Man.
was
When it
about to
comes
say
to
the same
Apple,
thing.
when it comes to Apple, just clean up on some of the annoying things that we just want to see fixed. What I know you guys have the power to fix. I mean, whether it's any little thing, you know what I mean? Just
like all the artificial limitations. Like,
exactly. Like just
absolutely.
some of the stuff is just like, really? Why can't I do that? You know what I mean? It's just some of the tiny things. I feel like Apple they still have polishing to do. Let's just be real. They still have some.
Like, why doesn't the
polishing to do.
iPad still scale to an external monitor? That pisses me off. Like,
that is-
disproportionately.
I don't plug my iPad up strictly for that reason because I don't want to see
Stuff
it.
like that. Like
I still
clean
want a
that
file system.
dumb stuff up. You know what I mean? And like he said with Samsung, polish. Sam, we've literally sat and watched Samsung come from the TouchWiz days where it was a mess
Gosh.
to now being probably the most stable
Stable.
Android experience
Easily.
that you can
Yeah,
get out
it
there.
is
And that's
right now.
And Samsung and Apple have the
yeah.
opposite problems. Like, they honestly have.
Right.
They're like they're the solution to each other's problems.
Yeah.
in terms of,
Facts.
like, their own-
Even Samsung updates are faster than Google's.
Yeah,
Yes.
like,
Everybody-
all you have to do is just
Facts.
keep doing what you're doing, Samsung. Like they are on
Everybody
the
keeps
right
talking
path.
about TouchWiz.
Keep doing what you're doing. Google, I need you to make more hardware and keep your word when you're going to say you're going to make a product, and don't ditch the product and just
Yeah.
run with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just stay to it, because I feel like Google would be the ones to bang with Apple if they come out with a complete ecosystem.
Yeah, they would.
Because they
They're the
control
only ones-
everything.
They're
They
the only ones that can do
control
it.
exactly.
My
They
question
control
is this.
everything.
My question is this: we keep talking about
He
TouchWiz.
go
Everybody
back,
gonna talk
he go
about
back,
the
he go back.
Samsung experience and how like horrible that was. Like, do we
Samsung
not-
experience was pretty bad,
do
but it
we
wasn't
not remember-
TouchWiz
do we
bad,
not-
Mike.
TouchWiz
It wasn't
bad.
TouchWiz
Remember the
bad,
dark
though,
days?
Mike. Come on, dog.
We don't
the
remember
worst
the
Samsung.
Note 5 to the S to the Note
I
8. We don't
mean,
remember
Bro,
the dark ages
I
of
enjoyed
TouchWiz.
I will
Those
take
days-
Samsung experience over TouchWiz any day, bro.
Yeah.
TouchWiz was trash. Bloop. Bloop.
Yeah, Google's the
Bloop.
only one that can
Bloop.
bang with Apple if they start to make an ecosystem. The only one that I can feel like can bang with them. Over
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
And Samsung the only one trying, but they don't control
Yep.
everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
They
so
have to-
funny how they're all their own solutions, bro.
Hey,
Because Samsung is trying.
So here's a
If you
question for
if you
y'all.
think about everything that Apple can do, right, on their watch, their phone, their tablet, Samsung has a counter for that. 90%,
They do.
99.9%, they have a counter for that. It may not be as polished and seamless,
But
but
it's
they
there.
have a counter.
But it's
Google,
there. And that's what
non-existent.
matters. Yep.
Non-existent with Google. They don't even have anything to counter Samsung. That's the bad thing about it.
Facts.
Like it's terrible, man. Terrible. But Google would be the
Facts.
only one to do it if they get the hardware out there. So everything that Ike said, I agree with. I couldn't say it any better than that because those are my issues with Apple. Those are my issues with Samsung, and those are my issues with Google, especially Google. Now that I switched from Samsung to Google, it's just pissing me off even more that I'm missing so much. It feel like I just left like, I don't know, a Lamborghini and went into a Volvo or something when I
Like,
left.
bro, I shouldn't have to wear a Galaxy Watch. I shouldn't have to wear a Galaxy Watch and use a Pixel 6 Pro. I should have a Pixel Watch, bro.
Pixel. This is
I should have a. I mean, if you want to do that, yeah, it's like if you want to do that, more power to you. You know, it's the freedom of Android. You can use what you want. She's stupid. I can feel the lag right now. Yo, but real talk though, like
no, like this is the thing though. I still like I say this about the Pixel, and I'm gonna stand 10 toes on this. I think we saying we want all of this stuff from Google. It's on the way. I think it's just one of those things where like you just gotta because Google has taken that first step. They've gone from Google phones with Snapdragons to Google phones with the Tensor chip. And this year we got another Google phone with another Tensor chip, and we got the Pixel Watch on the way. Next year we might mess around and get a Chrome tablet. You know what I'm saying, with a Tensor chip. So like they're on the way. You know, we just got to give them the same time that we gave Apple. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I do say that a lot.
When Apple came out, they didn't have all of their stuff together when they first came out with their ecosystem stuff either.
Apple had everything together. Well, when I had my iPhone in 2007, you couldn't tell me.
I mean, like at this point, Google needs to focus on launching things without major complications, because the Pixel 6 launch was a disaster, and many people like formed their opinions just from the launch.
Based on that,
and that's understandable. That's understandable. Because like I
now the Pixel 6 is it's like top tier Pixel 6.
Bro, I literally been saying it. 12L is, oh my god, 12L, bro.
It's heaven.
12L is what it should have launched with.
I hear all y'all saying this. And it sound good. I'm saying it sound good. It sound real good. But I went and bought a Pixel, and I couldn't charge it with none of the chargers in my house.
No. And I'm not. We're not taking.
Android
we're not taking nothing away from that. No, trust me, I'm not taking nothing away from that, dog. Because I agree. I was just talking to somebody else about this. I think either yesterday, or the day before yesterday. And I'm like, bro, I'm not telling anybody who returned their Pixel to go out and go buy another one. If you want to do that, that's on you. I'm just telling you, 12L is what should have launched with the Pixel 6 series. 12L is what should have launched.
And it's so unfortunate because like it is.
Bro,
I mean, especially for the price, like $900 for the 6 Pro compared to $1,200 for the S22 Ultra, the 6 Pro like takes the value cake like easily. Like it is, especially with 12L, like it is like it's no competition.
The Pixel Android 11 and waited for 12. I would have been cool with that if they would have said, "Look, we're gonna just drop this joint with 11 for right now because we having trouble. We'll drop 12L."
Right.
Like, and just like Mike was saying, like I agree. The kind of pieces is kind of like laying out. Like if you look at what they're doing already on the software side without the hardware even being there, like 12L is already optimized for foldables, for tablets, for all of that stuff. So Google's already and why would Google go out of their way to get the software ready if they weren't working on stuff in the background?
Absolutely.
Like they're not doing this just for Samsung. Like obviously they're definitely working on stuff. Like they are 110%. We know that.
Right.
And to be fair about everything, we have to give them a chance, right? Because Apple out the gate, knew the plan. They had a vision, and they're there, right? Samsung was like sitting in the back, just trying to make as many products that they can and make as much money as they can. Now they see what Apple was doing. They're like, okay, you know what? We got to get our shit together. So then they start building their ecosystem. It's not there yet, but just say we had this conversation 5 years from now, we'll have a different conversation, right? Same thing, probably even with Google, with their product hardware being out there now. Now we have a different conversation. We do got to give them time and not always just keep comparing apples to apples and stuff like that every time we talk about these ecosystems, because you didn't just wake up and Apple had this robust ecosystem that they got. You didn't just wake up. We saw them make product after product, and every time they come out with a new product, they find a way to connect that product to all the
other products.
Yeah. So they're there.
That's the magic right there.
So
that's how they get you.
This new Pixel, consider this Pixel 6, the hub. like the
Mhm.
iPhone. It's their new
That's
hub.
gonna connect
It's their-
everything.
yes,
Yeah.
the sensor chip they have is the hub. It starts here, then it goes out the watch, the
Mhm.
buds, better buds, hopefully,
Yeah.
and just everything else that we want. Photo booths, tablets, better Chrome OS because Chrome OS I don't like it, but you know what I
Because
mean. Oh,
Lord knows, bro. The day they drop that Pixel 4, I don't care because supposedly it's gonna be this year. I don't
Yeah.
care if it's this year, next year, 10 years. I'm buying it.
I just
I'm
hope it
buying
goes
it.
right.
Okay,
As long as
so
they
Price
drop
is
the
right.
Pro
I hope
4, I'm
it goes
getting it.
right.
Yeah, I do too. T. I definitely have
all
my
I'm gonna say.
concerns, man. I definitely have my concerns.
Price it
I
right.
definitely have
I'm
my
not touching that
concerns.
Pixel Fold till Generation 2. I'm just straight up.
After
I
y'all
don't blame you.
experience,
And
I don't
that's
blame
why-
y'all. I will
And that's
gladly
just-
take that one for the team. I will gladly take that one for the team.
While my Pixel is
100%.
fine now, I do tell people like, man, look, just wait for the second chip or something, man, because Google,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
they're-
here.
they're-
Pixel 6
you
Pro
know,
was in the box in my bookshelf.
yeah,
Boxed
Yeah.
up.
I don't blame.
That's how aggravated I was with it. Like I was like, you know what? I'm done using it. I boxed it up and put it on the bookshelf. Done.
And it frustrates you even more because it's like I could tell like from y'all experience, it was a device that y'all wanted like to
Bro,
be
I
there
bought-
to do good.
I bought
Like
one.
yeah.
Team Pixel sent me one, and I went and bought one just because of the color. That's how much I love the Pixel 6 Pro.
Yeah.
And it pained me because I'm a person who's used. I'm a old school Android, stock Android, Windows Edition, like Google Play Edition,
Mhm.
Androids. Like I loved it. That was what I was on before I really got heavy in the iPhone. And I've always had a soft spot for Google, man. Then I've been saying we need a premium Pixel. I want a flagship Pixel. We finally get it, and then it fell flat on its face for me. And
Yeah.
it was
No,
just
I got you.
disappointing. I'm like, yo, come on. This is all I want. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I want. That'll be the
I'm over
one
here going
phone. Now, nothing can pull me away from the whole Apple thing. Like, I'm just too locked in with my workflow. I'm too zoned in on it. But Google, man, like, they just have a chance. Like, they literally have a chance to really just disrupt some things. You know what I mean? So we just got to see how to handle it.
The Pixel launch really hurt me. I'm gonna be honest. It hurt. It frustrated me because I got the sunny side. I got the sunny one from Team Pixel, and I sent it over to LaShawn because I know that's the color that he wanted. Because I knew, like, damn, baby born. I knew I ain't gonna be able to do nothing like that. I wanted to buy the black 256 or 512 so bad, but they never came back in stock.
Yeah.
And then like the part that kept hurting me, like, and I say hurt, like somebody gonna think I'm exaggerating, but I'm keeping it a whole buck with this. The part that hurt me about it was my girl kept telling me every time she see the Pixel commercial with the dad talking about his baby, she was like, that reminded me of you the whole 9 months I was pregnant.
Oh yeah.
And so like when I thought about the Pixel, I was like, yo, I'm finna take pictures of this baby. I'm finna do this. I'm finna do that. Like this 512 gigs finna get filled up. You feel me? And then couldn't get the damn phone. And then when I finally got another one, I finally went and bought one. Couldn't charge the shit. Like I was so mad. I'm over here literally like I tried 5 cables in my house. Took it back to Best Buy, and they plugged it up with their cables. And that dude literally just looked at me and went, "You want your money back on a debit card or a gift card?" like he had nothing for me, and it made me so mad.
I would have been dying.
I swear, like I'm over here. I swear, it made me so mad. Like I'm in Best Buy, looking at that dude, like, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Like you can't just.
He was like, I can give you another one, but it ain't no guarantee that's gonna work. And I was like, man, just put it on the gift card. Shit.
Yeah, I feel you, dog. Like I said, I feel you, and if I had to ask for one thing for Pixel 7, man, like, don't worry about trying to go too hard with changing everything up. Just make sure you give everybody at least the same consistent experience, because it was so divisive. You got people that had great experiences, other people that's like, bro, this is the worst phone I ever used. Like it was so all over the place, right? And I just feel like, not because I know we kind of getting off topic, but I just feel like with the Pixel 6 series, their heads may have been in too many different places. Like you release a brand new version of your software, completely brand new overhaul, all of that. You release brand new silicon for the very first time, custom built, all of that stuff. Then you got whole brand new camera sensors that you've never, it's like you've never used higher megapixel cameras before ever. It's like they were getting pulled in so many different directions. It's like maybe they should have just kind of chilled in a couple areas. And then because like I said, I don't necessarily didn't want them to just wait, because then it's like you should always just wait. But it's like, I mean, maybe just give us like an Android 11.1, with this, and then work on 12L in the background. just to kind of give you a little bit of breathing room in some different areas. Because it's like the phone came out and instant damage control, like and they scrambling trying to fix this. And it's like the thing is like try to fix this. They broke this over here, so it's like. It just sucks, man, because I'm like, bro, my experience is so good. I want to give y'all this experience, man. But maybe next year or later this year. We'll see.
Yeah, I can't agree with this one. And I think this is like a big factor in who chooses ecosystems as well. Marketing is a huge deal.
That's true.
Just showing like all of the features of your ecosystem is definitely gonna like get you a lot of sales, showing consumers like exactly what can be done.
Samsung can even do better in that regard because there's a lot of people.
100%.
Because there's a lot of people who don't know that, like the whole calls from other devices, send text message on other devices. There's a ton of people that don't know that Samsung has that stuff. So it's like they could do a better job.
Yeah,
Android in general has
yeah,
it.
exactly. Exactly. Like a lot of people
that
don't
my
know
watch
it.
had fall detection. Like they was like,
Yeah.
that was Apple thing. I was like, no, Samsung had it.
I mean,
on my
most
iPhone
people
too.
don't know about nearby share, which is really sad.
It's
Oh,
literally the
yeah,
same exact thing as AirDrop, but with
Yes.
any
Oh my
Android
God.
phone.
Nearby
Like,
share and
Lamal.
quick share.
yes,
My-
bro.
my-
So it's
my wife literally, when I showed her how to quick share to my S22 Ultra, because she got one this year too. I swear to God, like I'll just be in here chilling, playing the game, and
you
door
randomly
opened
get
up. No, look. No. I'm gonna show you how it be. The door opened up, and she'd be like this right here. I just be like, "What you trying to send me?" Then the quick share thing pop up, and I'd be like, "Lord have mercy, Jesus." She done took some pictures of baby or something ignorant. And just
See, that's what I'm
like,
saying.
all day.
Yeah.
they gotta
Quick share.
they gotta
Never share.
advertise that stuff, bro. Because the reason why I feel like I mean it's definitely like creators have their own part of like why people feel. I'm done with you, T. I think that like I lost my damn train of thought. Oh, I got it. I ain't messing with this man T, bro. But anyway, I definitely feel like creators definitely like had a lot to do with making Apple seem like the default ecosystem because everybody see creators workflow and stuff like that. But it's also Apple marketing too. If Samsung marketing said you can AirDrop, you can FaceTime, you can do this, you can do that, man, they would get a lot more people locked into their ecosystem too. Because Samsung has some dope stuff that's Samsung only for sure. That other.
I mean, there's also
ecosystems
like the
don't
thing
have.
about the creators. Most creators who create tech content are like, well, most well-known creators are like from the US, and in the US, the iPhone is the more like prominent phone. So there's also that
exactly.
like representation.
And that's a whole nother topic, man. Because you got so many people that literally will do the quick, like you can't be a creator without an iPhone, without no type of context, like that.
And
that's
the other
big
thing, like there are
for
so
me.
many YouTube channels who only focus on Apple stuff and nothing else. Like you can't make channels like that for most other companies. Like,
Yeah, you
it doesn't
can't.
work. Like it doesn't work. But with Apple, like it's for some
works.
reason, well, it
People
just
love the
works.
fruit.
It works.
Yeah.
You can
Forbidden
blow
fruit.
for doing just Apple content, but you know, a lot of us we're not like all about just Apple. We love tech, so you know we kind of venture off in everything. Michael,
Yeah.
trigger, bro.
I know Mike over there tripping, bro. I expect Max.
Speaking of that, my AirPods Max are messed up.
Oh yeah, what was happening
Oh
with
yeah, I
those?
saw that. Yeah.
They won't charge my my third pair, man. I got to get them things replaced.
See, that's just crazy for me because Mike, I got my AirPods Max from a pawn shop and I've had them for like a year, and bro, no issues, none.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
it's-
crazy.
It's crazy though because like you know people talk about like the quality control of Apple and stuff like that and act like they're immune to it, but you know I don't replace like 3 of them already, and I love them. That's why I ain't gave them back yet. You know, same thing
Facts.
with my Pixel. As many problems I had, I kept on swapping my SIM card out of my Pixel back into my S21U because it's way more stable, right? And then just waiting for Google to like, yo, please fix this, because this is where I want to be, but y'all just fucking up every time. First they messed up my Bluetooth, they messed up my Wi-Fi, blah 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 blah, and people were like, you're just not gonna give up on the tech. You're just gonna keep taking that. I was like, look, man, it's hard. It's hard.
It's so good. AirPods
Yes.
Max.
If
I'm
it works-
trying to talk T to get a pair.
I will not.
Bro.
I'm just like I can't.
T,
Hey T,
T.
I'm gonna tell you how
I mean,
Hey.
you
AirPods Max, like I
You
use
need
them
to get a
like,
pair.
a lot. Like
See,
AirPods Max are
man,
great.
I'm about to
You
go
You don't gotta use the bra. You don't gotta use the bra.
You ain't gotta use the bra.
Get
I
a
got
pair.
a whole case. I got a whole case.
Bruh,
man.
get a pair. I'm
It's
telling
one
you,
thing
T.
that I will not. I will go buy
I mean, especially if you can find one for like
$2,000
25%
right now,
off.
But I would
like,
not go buy
yeah.
AirPod Maxes. I don't,
Hey.
because you know why? Because I'm like, I don't know when I would use them.
T, you gonna use them every day, bro. You gonna
Hey,
use
T,
them every
look.
day.
Hey, T, listen,
T.
T, listen.
I just won't
T,
buy
I'm
them.
finna hurt you. I'm finna hurt you.
You done bought
I
them.
picked mine up Friday.
Oh, Mike, you got a pair?
Hey,
Yo.
hey,
I can go buy.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you
mine.
how I got mine though.
I'm
'cause
gonna
it
buy
ain't no-
them.
I'm gonna
T.
tell you how I got mine because there ain't no shame.
How
in my
is it
game.
that
Shout out
Apple
to that
guy don't
Klarna.
want the AirPods Max?
Shout out to that Klarna 4K plan.
$500.
Oh, you got the Ford joint. You got-
I'm not going to use them when I'm
Yeah.
sitting at home working. I'm gonna use my AirPods. I
listen to me.
sit right here
Listen to
all
me.
day long and work.
T, I promise you right now, dog. I promise you right now. If you had a pair of AirPod Maxes and you tried them one time, you would never touch them AirPod
Listen,
Pros
see,
again.
that's what happened to me. My
Yeah.
homegirl got
I
a pair.
promise you.
So listen. My homegirl recently got a pair, right?
Got them on sale.
And she was like, you want to try them? She was like, do you want to try them out? And I was like, yeah, I'll try them out. I was like, I give them a try. T, listen. When I
Like
tell
on
you, I
vacation
played
too?
one song. and I was sold. I was like, I'm
Bro.
They're good.
I was
The
sold.
A
I
and
was
C, dog.
sold.
Oh my God.
Hey, look. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody help me out with this. And you finna go international on a plane?
Oh, you traveling too? Oh yeah, you gotta get them, bro.
Yeah, you need 'em.
You gotta get them, bro. You gotta get them.
Do you at least have
That's
Sony's?
crazy.
I have both.
I don't have.
I have.
Who, me?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
T.
No, T.
T?
Do T
Oh,
got
okay,
Sony's?
T.
I know you
use
do.
I
Like,
use the streaming. I don't have no premium over the ear when I travel.
You
it's in
slipping.
my ear.
You slipping.
one pair.
No, you need to get some AirPod Maxes, bro. I'm telling you, the XM4s is good.
I might
AirPods Maxes is way better. They way better, dog. Like noise canceling is actually like noise canceling versus my
And
Xbox.
transparency mode is
when I
like not
travel a
wearing
lot.
them at all. It's insane. Like
Yes.
transparency mode,
Yeah,
AirPods Max is
transparency
like
we be
mode.
talking,
ridiculous.
so I don't really be on them like that. We be
Transparency
talking. You
mode,
see what I'm
big
saying?
dog.
So
Transparency mode, big dog.
See, go on ahead and buy them damn AirPods Max,
see,
bro.
listen,
Just do it.
At least
Just do
try
it.
them. Then you can just
Yes, and you can just return them. You can just return them.
I can try them. I can try them. I get it from Best
Yeah.
Buy. They got them on sale for $4.99 right now.
He ain't gonna return him. He gonna
Damn,
mess
that's a
around and
sale.
put
Oh,
on him.
God.
He gonna keep them. I already know he is. We just say and return them, but we know he gonna keep them,
Yeah.
bro. I'm telling you, these AirPod Maxes. Oh man.
I mean, I just wear mine at work just
I'm
for the
not
noise
Sony.
canceling. I just
What
have
phone
nothing
is
playing
everybody
except have
driving
their
right
noise
now?
canceling.
Hey,
Um,
MT, just because you're my boy, I ain't gonna put it in the
13 Pro
Discord.
S22 Ultra,
All right, Bo.
Yeah.
All right, got
Ramal got about 6.
2 different lines.
Yeah, I'm
iPhone.
Alpine Green. Yeah.
Look, he had to utilize that camera, bro. I gotta
Yeah.
get
So I have to use it. I spent time setting this up. I'm gonna use it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Man, for
I
me,
got a
man,
15
it's
Pro Max
tough,
deal.
dog.
Hold on, let me
Tough.
make you big
I'm
one.
smoking that
Oh,
Simicard.
okay, sorry.
Hold on.
I mean, it's also this and this. I use the S22 Ultra a lot as well.
Well, I'm glad. So I'm glad you're showing that because I haven't seen those side by side.
Bro, I do like the Samsung Green better for some reason. I don't know why.
I do
That
too.
Samsung
I do
Green
too.
is cold.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
All
I
look,
think the
Whenever
Samsung
I
Green
see
is
that
still
green
better.
S22 Ultra, all I think is Tommy Oliver giving hands to the Power Rangers.
Yo, fam, I didn't even think about that until you said it.
Yeah.
All I
yeah.
think.
Yo,
Tommy
that's
Oliver
all I can
giving
see now.
hands.
That's all I can see now, dog.
That's
Nah, but I mean, right now I just finished up kind of preliminary stuff with the S22. So Pixel 6 Pro right now. I'm about to break the iPhone back out the drawer
You're back
and
to
carry
it,
both of those.
Yeah, that.
You went back to the Pixel, man.
Yes, bro. For right now, at least, man.
Oh, dang.
That Pixel
For right
is
now,
hard to
at
leave,
least.
man. It's hard to leave that.
See, but the thing is, but the reason why though for me specifically is because I take a lot of like the indoor shots and stuff like that, and you already know it's been discussed at great lengths, man, how I am with the whole shutter and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like for me, it's like I carry my iPhone. I got what I feel is the best video to me personally. Got my
Okay,
Pixel. I got the best in photography for me personally. All my googly features. I got my Apple ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's kind of just like the perfect two carries. For me, I'm really waiting for Google to make this foldable though, because I'm gonna carry that Pixel
Man.
Fold and the 14 Pro Max. That's gonna be my daily carries.
Wait a second. What? 14 Pro Max or 14 Pro? Because I currently
No,
like
Max.
Max. Okay.
Max. I'm a Max through and through. I try to go Pro this year. I have the 13 Pro in the drawer as well. I tried to go Pro. I can't do it.
I
Can't
got the
do
Pro
it.
Max.
Interesting.
I got my Sierra Blue Pro Max sitting there boxed up.
See,
and I'm like,
bro,
don't
I can't
know
do it.
I'm a
can
pro
take
guy
it
too,
back.
man. I can't do the max.
I gotta go
I love
max.
this Pro is just so.
I mean, like, it's
money
interesting
with
because I
that
like them
battery.
both equally. I like them both equally.
Yeah.
So like,
I
it's just
think,
See?
it's
I'm
difficult.
I think on vacation,
That
I think
max.
I'm gonna go with the Max while I'm on vacation though.
Cause that battery, you gonna need it for them
Yeah.
pictures and stuff, T.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to go ahead and do that max. But yeah, man, I tried to go pro this year, and I can't do it. I'm just gonna always get the max, cause I always be feeling like, you know, I could have even better battery life. You know what I'm saying? Like I always be feeling that. I
I
know.
mean,
Really?
Galen, you're just missing
It's
out on
like
the conversation. Get an
addicting.
iPhone. Galen,
Let me
get
ask
an
you guys
iPhone.
a
Hurry
question
up.
though.
It's
Let me ask you guys a question, right? About
Go ahead,
batteries.
Devon.
I'll let y'all talk. Go ahead.
All right, realistically, right? Do
Yeah.
you guys ever really have problems with batteries on any phone that you purchase? Realistically, like, do
Me,
you worry
no.
about it?
Except the Z Flip.
Yes, I worry
Well-
about it a lot.
Z Fold 3 is the only one for me personally.
Z Flip.
So,
Z Fold 3 for me was the
Do
only
y'all
one
think
for
that
me.
we at a time right now in the era where battery really isn't an issue on most devices that you buy. Like,
Oh, it's
'cause
not
I'm-
now, but
I know
it
we
was,
all
like,
buy
a couple years ago.
flagships,
Yeah.
so you know I'm
Might.
speaking in that term.
It's just it's different though, dog. It's different. Like
Yeah,
I've literally went away and didn't even bring a charger from my iPhone. Like just charged to 100% on the way, and I made it through 2 days. I made it through 2 days.
Yeah, I was
It
literally
depends
like
on
just
where you-
thinking about this the
Yeah.
other day. Like for me, battery life is like not that big of a deal for me because I
Mm-hmm.
don't like leave the house much because I work from home. I'm tied to Wi-Fi like 99% of the time. Like I don't have to run errands. I don't have kids. Like I'm
See,
like
that was
always
my
at the
thing.
crib.
The S22 Ultra battery life has been really good for me. Like I take it off the charger, I listen to YouTube videos, I look at YouTube videos, I listen to music, I talk and text on it all day, Clubhouse, things like that. But for me, the 13 Pro Max is the only phone that I have ever used in the last like 3 years as far as my truck driving career goes, to where if I'm in a truck that doesn't have a charger in it, because sometimes with the different jobs that I've had, you got to slip seat trucks.
Yeah.
If I forget the charger or something like that, and I'm leaving the door at 5 a.m. and I don't get back home till like 8 o'clock, I still got 50% on the battery. I have
Yeah.
never experienced that on the phone before. And that's using it like I normally do. That's not like, okay, well, I ain't got the charger, so let me, not listen to Spotify at highest quality on LTE. Like that's just like
Yeah, you can
balls
go
to the
hard.
wall, like we hear what's good. Like I use the phone for what it is. The Ultra, it's a great phone, but I honestly I'm gonna test it when I go back to work next week. But personally, I don't know if it'll do the job. Like I just don't know if it'll do the job for me.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
Once you
honestly
get away
dreading
from
switching
Wi-Fi,
to the
it's a different
SE
story.
for the review period, just for the battery life.
I
I'm
heard the
dreading
battery
it
life
so
was
hard.
alright though. I heard.
Yeah,
I'm hearing it's all right as well, but like it's not going to be Pro or Pro Max level. Like I have gotten too comfortable with like
Yeah,
feeling
nah.
zero battery anxiety. Like,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't even
look-
have a
I don't
charger
look
at my
at the
desk.
I
No
don't look at
charger.
the battery percentage at all, like ever on
Yeah.
my 13 Pro and Pro Max. Never.
Same. Like
Now that
same.
45 watt charger is a big
Oh
deal.
yeah,
It is a big deal.
Mhm.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Now
I
that
love
was probably
fast
one of the
charging.
best investments. Yeah, that's one of the best investments I made for mine. Like is that 45 watt charger.
Yeah.
So
on,
I got.
on working. Go ahead, Galen. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like on work days, man, I could literally go 2 pretty much full work days with the Pro Max, man. Cause like I come to my desk, literally sit down, I'm on the Mac. I got my watch on. Everything is pretty much here on the screen. I don't even really need to touch my phone until after I get off. So it's
Yeah.
like, man, literally, I can go 2 full days. Like I've literally done it. Like I could go ahead and just put my phone on a charger, but why not go the next day and just see how much I got left in 2 full days? And I don't mean 2 full work days, 2 full days.
Yeah.
Like on the Pro Max. Like it's insane how good the battery was. And that was before the whole promotion got essentially fixed for everything. So I don't know if it's gonna be quite that much, but
Mhm.
I still think it is that it'll be the battery champ
It's
though.
gonna
That
be
battery is just
Yeah.
too good, man.
BGX what camera you're using for your top down, Ramon?
ZV1.
Gotcha, ZV1. Okay, cool.
CV1 for the top down.
Yeah, I bought it just for the top down actually. It's like
What you
so
use for your face cam?
Sony A6400 with a Sigma 16mm f1.4,
That damn
Got
Sigma
'em.
16 boy. That damn.
and
Sigma
everything's
16.
going through S-Log and it's been graded through OBS.
Oh
so,
snap, nice.
yeah, because
Can you
otherwise
just
those
hit
lights
checkout?
wouldn't be.
Huh?
Sorry.
I thought it looked
You
like
see
you
my
just
face
hit
is lit
checkout.
up right, so you know I'm doing something. No, Vic.
I'm about to
I thought
say
you
yeah, because you got the monitor
Right, you
light
got
on
the-
you.
Right, he making moves over there.
I'm a
T, get
I'ma
them
sleep on it.
headphones.
I'm gonna sleep on
Ain't
it.
no sleeping on it. Get
I'ma
them.
sleep on it, man.
Get them, bro. Get them.
I'ma sleep on it.
I'm gonna tell you this. You get them and you do travel, bro. When you get home, you're not gonna return them. I promise you.
I know I'm not gonna return when I get
Yeah,
home. When is the second model coming out though? Are they rumored yet?
That's a good point. I
Yeah,
haven't seen any
that's a very
rumors.
good point.
The one thing, it's like, when's the second model coming out though? You know what I mean?
That's true.
I probably wouldn't even get the second model because I don't really change headphones like that. I'll keep.
That's
it
kind of
That's
how I
true,
am too.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, headphones and
Yeah.
watches are something that I wouldn't
Yeah.
change every year.
Yeah,
Not
I don't
even-
rocking
not
the
even
Series
Apple.
5. Every other Apple Watch. That's how I do.
Yeah,
it.
I'm still rocking the Series
I
5.
go watches. Yeah, I go watches every year. as
I
y'all
just
know.
did the 7.
I mean, I jumped from a Series 2 to a Series 7, so like,
Wow.
Dang,
Yes,
that's a
yeah.
Hey,
huge
that's a- yeah,
jump,
that's a
bro.
jump.
Dang,
That's life changer right there.
right?
It
But
is,
that's like
yeah.
my girl
Definitely.
jumping from a Galaxy Watch Active to the Galaxy Watch 4.
That's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
jump too.
That's
Yeah,
big.
The original
It
active.
don't seem
yeah.
like it's gonna be, but I keep telling her,
No,
I'm like,
it is.
This is different
Yeah,
animal. You know what I'm
Tensor. That thing was trash, man. I didn't like that.
saying? Thanks.
A lot of people
But I
try to
say-
defend
look,
it.
Look, but I say that I got to sleep on the couch. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense.
Hey, so I'm gonna ask one more question real quick, and then we're gonna wrap it up. So, what is one like piece of hardware that you like want to see in like those three major ecosystems that we talked about that hasn't been done yet?
Ooh.
So-
I have a good one for this one. Yeah.
For
Well,
Apple,
Ramal,
in the
you
Apple
go first.
ecosystem. Oh,
Dude,
go ahead.
I want Apple to make a goddamn camera. I want a camera from Apple.
Oh,
I want
that
one
would
so
be
bad.
fire.
With like with AirDrop and like ProRes and
Yeah,
like
and, like,
and
posting it
computational
automatically to
imaging and
social
everything.
media.
I want Apple to make a camera. I don't care how much it costs because I'm probably not going to buy it. But like, I just want them to make one.
Bro, real talk.
I didn't even know I wanted that.
That
till he
will
said
probably
it.
lock me into
That
the
do
Apple
sound
ecosystem
fire.
I didn't
fully.
even know I wanted
even
that
like
till
a-
he said it.
Like that will probably lock me into the ecosystem for real, for real. Like I probably wouldn't even want to pick up another Android phone, and as long as it's like not like a main phone.
Like imagine like using
Yo.
like an Apple camera for like an A cam and then like an iPhone with ProRes for a B cam, like, and the footage looks the same. Like
Yep.
that's like the
Bro.
dream. The dream,
Apple
honestly.
can
That would
really
be
shake that
fire.
industry.
Yeah, or just using an iPhone as like an HDR monitor for the camera, like, bro.
T,
like,
get
not
them
even-
headphones. They're $100 off. Get them headphones.
I'm seeing 50 off. I ain't seeing no damn $100.
Oh, okay. He's a AC 50 off.
I'm looking though. That's on my face. I'm
3
gonna
a.m.
But what's your other two, Ramal? The other two. Google, Samsung. What's your other two?
For Google, I just want them to make like a tablet, just a good tablet, Android tablet. I want them to set a
Tablet would be
standard for
fire.
Android tablets, because Samsung currently has a monopoly on Android tablets, for better and for worse.
That's fair.
And what is it for Samsung? Honestly speaking, I'm pretty
That's
content.
hard. Because
They
they,
got
make
everything.
everything. Yeah, they make
Yeah, right,
everything.
right. What do they not make?
Actually,
Like, they
wait.
make everything.
Samsung used to make mirrorless cameras. I want them to get back into it. Honestly, they used to make some really good ones,
Yeah, they did.
like the Samsung.
I didn't know
I
the-
remember that. And it ran
Yeah, they-
Android too.
NEX cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
NEX cameras, yeah.
Yeah.
They were like
I
they
didn't
were
know
really really solid. Like they were ahead of their time back in the day, but
Mhm.
like no one really bought them. But I want them
Wait,
to
we ain't
sell
talking
it.
about the Galaxy Zoom, right?
No,
The
no,
one
no,
with
no,
the
I'm
big,
talking- no, no,
like
no, no,
actual
wait.
camera.
Actual
didn't know
camera,
that.
yeah,
Actual
yeah,
camera, yeah.
actual cameras.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's still bad.
I guess
If they
I'll
let
go.
you use
I'll go
it,
next.
yeah.
'Cause it's hard.
That's hard.
Apple,
man.
yeah, it's hard, man, for real. Apple, I don't really have a problem with anything they have. You know, I can't ask them to make like a refrigerator and everything else like Samsung. I don't expect that.
Yeah.
But I guess for me, a better Apple Pencil. I guess
That's
I know
a
this-
good one. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I know this sounds
That's the
crazy because
creator.
everybody praise it, but because I draw, it's one of the most uncomfortable pencils I've used. From like Microsoft and at least from Microsoft, Samsung, and Apple. Between those three, it's the most uncomfortable one that I've used when drawing for long hours, and I have to charge it and stuff like that. So I guess if I got a thinner one with a better tip and everything, I think for me that would be the thing that I want from Apple. Really, to be honest with you, because I kind of left them the iPad because of the pen. Period. That was the craziest thing for the Samsung tablet and for
Surface Slim Pen on top. Surface Slim Pen is so good. Absolutely. love
Yeah,
it.
yeah. The Surface Pen, the Surface Pen is awesome. So especially the new one,
The Slim Pen, yeah.
and then as well as Samsung Pen. I mean, I know it's not as premium, but it's so freaking comfortable, and I love the tip. Feels like I'm drawing with a pen or a lead pencil like I used to back in the days. And plus, the rubber and glass works better than plastic and glass. But I'll say that Samsung, that's complicated. Let me come back to them.
They make everything.
They do make everything.
Samsung is hard because they make everything.
I guess like a car or a plane. I mean, they ain't make that yet.
I mean, you might as well a car. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what don't they make?
Right. But
Damn.
Google, I had to go with Remo. I want a tablet because I'm a tablet guy. You know, I love tablets. I love drawing. I love media consumption. When I'm at home, my phone is pretty much down most of the time, and I'm on my tablet. So you know,
Can it be hard? Can it be software too? My bad. I'm gonna cut you off. Can we
go
talk?
ahead. Yeah, go
Can it
ahead.
be software too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go
yeah,
ahead.
no,
Go
let's say
on.
something about Samsung.
Go ahead.
yeah.
That's why I asked.
So yeah, with the Pixel, I guess the tablet, the Pixel. With Google, is just a tablet. You know, I do want to
Okay.
watch, but I would rather have a tablet before a watch. That's just me because
Definitely.
I barely use my Galaxy Watch now anymore, and I'm starting to get to a point where I don't really care about watches, but I feel like I just wear it because my wrist feels naked. So
Yeah.
that's why I wear it now. And then I guess for Samsung, man, okay, software. I had to go with software with them because. Man, I don't know. No, maybe hardware. Maybe I want them to design their own chip, a better chip. I guess I'll say that.
I could take that. I like that.
Yeah, another excellent. Yeah.
Something different.
Yeah, something other than Exynos. I ain't gonna lie, they kind of need to start over because Exynos has a bad reputation
It has
at
a
this
bad
point.
rep.
I
But
mean,
I
Exynos
feel
is like TouchWiz at this point. Like,
Yeah, like they kind of need to start that over.
I feel like if they did that, they could unify all their products too, just like Apple and maybe Google, where Google's trying to go now. So I'll just say a better chip for Samsung.
Okay. What
Go
about
ahead,
you,
Mike. You go next because Mike looked like he was dying to answer.
I think I got something.
All right.
I'm gonna start with Google.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Ramon's, but I'm gonna flip it. I want Google to make a camera. I want Google to give us that. I want Google to give us everything that we get in a Pixel, but in an actual full frame mirrorless camera.
My God.
That'd be
The
sick.
computational photography aspect. Oh God.
I
That'd
want
be
everything
wicked.
that
It's
you
gonna
get
have-
in a Pixel.
Shit's
but
gonna
in
have
a-
X-ray vision with like full frame.
I want everything you get in a Pixel, but in a
X-ray vision.
standalone full frame.
That would
mirrorless
be
camera.
fire.
That's what I want from Google.
Full
That would be
frame with
fire.
pixel like computational photography. That's it. I can't even imagine that. Like,
As far as
can't.
Apple goes, only thing from Apple I want is something I know I ain't gonna get, but it's the only thing I really can think of from Apple that they make that I want is upgradable MacBooks. I would just
Ooh.
love.
I
that'd
was
be
just gonna say a
crazy.
modular Mac. That's exactly what I
A
want.
Just
modular
give me-
Mac, like
give
an
me a
actual
modular
modular Mac
Mac.
with M1
Like,
silicon. Oh,
let
I
me
really
spend
tweak
the
it.
money
Yep.
for the let me spend the money for the M1 Max and
Mhm.
like 16 gigs and a terabyte.
that would be
Mhm.
fire.
In a year, I could upgrade it to 64. I could upgrade
That's
it to 2
exactly
if
what I was
want
gonna
to.
say. That's the only
I
thing I have.
need that.
Crazy.
Modular
And
Mac.
as far as Samsung goes, right? As far as Samsung goes, now I want a actual Samsung laptop. I don't want I'm sorry, not a
Mac
laptop, a
computer.
desktop.
Oh,
I want a
That
Samsung
was gonna
desktop
be mine. That was gonna be
because
mine.
the Book 360
like an all-in-one, an all-in-one.
either an all-in-one like
Oh, I would like
like
that.
take the smart monitor
Yeah.
and make it like a Samsung
Hmm.
iMac, or
Oh,
give me a
That would be
Samsung
good.
computer like a Mac
Yeah.
Mini or a Mac Studio.
Yeah, that's
because
exactly what I was
I've
thinking.
seen videos. I've seen the Unlocker did a video with the first Galaxy Book Pros, 360s. Dude was editing 10-bit RAW off of an A7 S3 with that computer, that two in one, 360 computer. Imagine what Samsung could do if they actually teamed up with NVIDIA, gave us a 3080 Ti, 12th Gen i9 in a nice compact form factor, paired with the Samsung smart monitor.
Yeah, for like
Oh, yeah,
1,000.
that'd be sick.
I'm out.
That'd be perfect.
And their
Look,
monitors are
I'm
just dope.
I mean, if you've seen the
No.
new M8, it looks like a better version of an iMac, like the new M8 smart
Yes.
monitor. It looks insane.
Yeah, it looks so
The
good.
only thing about the M8 that I don't like is that it's not VESA compatible. That's the only thing about the M8.
oh, it's not. Okay,
No,
yeah, that's a
that
deal
stand-
breaker for
well,
me.
if it is, they're pulling the Apple because that stand from the version that I saw, it's attached to the monitor. But see,
Okay,
my
yeah, that's a
M7,
deal breaker for
Like
me.
just like for context, my M7.
See, yeah, that's
Oh,
bro, that's
yeah,
exactly how my LG is, dog. Like
Yeah,
that's a
that's how
deal
my
breaker.
Samsung
for me.
is.
Like when
LG
I
the same way.
when I shut down for the night, like when I lay this out to shut down for the night, since my girl and my baby take over the bed, it's exactly what it looked like.
That's dope. You lying.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, what you got? What you got? Did you do all three, Mike? Yeah,
Mhm.
you did the. Okay,
Yeah.
got you. What you got, T?
Yeah, like Mike said, man, modular Mac. That was the first thing I wanted to say. Like, let us upgrade our own besides paying $300-$400 for a minimal upgrade. You know what I mean? Like, let us go on our own and just upgrade it. So I definitely want to see that because I missed that when I had my old 5K iMac. Like, I had that thing up to like 30, I don't know, 30 some gigs. You know what I mean? But I just did it
Yeah.
myself, easy when the micro center
appreciate
done.
you,
You know what I
Wayne.
mean? So definitely would like something like that when it comes to Apple. For Google, I don't know why. Selfishly, it's two things I want from Google. I want a premium set of buds because I love the Pixel Buds.
Damn
They
it,
seem
T, you
they're
took
really
mine.
good. Yeah, I know you said it earlier too, but I've been saying a premium set of Pixel Buds with everything that every other noise cancellation, a very good transparency mode and everything. You know what I mean? Like, give me that, and I want a Pixel Watch. I still want a Pixel Watch. You see what I'm saying? And that's probably it for Google. Now I think a tablet would be dope because I missed the old Nexus tablets. Was it Nexus 7 back in the day?
Nexus
Yeah,
7.
Yeah, Nexus 7 and Nexus
It was
10.
fire.
The Nexus 7 was my first
No, it was
Android
was it
tablet.
Nexus 10 or 9?
They had two. They had
they
the
had-
Nexus 10,
okay, they
which
had
was
the
like the
10.
big 10 inch,
Yeah,
and they
I
had the
remember.
7, which was the
Yeah,
smaller one. I had the
Give me
7.
that, man. And
I
then
had
for
the 7.
Samsung,
Well,
Samsung,
Samsung
is
tablets back then
really
were terrible.
tough.
Samsung is tough.
Samsung
make
is tough.
everything,
I
bro.
don't even
They already
know.
make so much.
You
Maybe
name something, they made it. Just name
maybe a
something.
pre. All right, I'll tell you what I want from Samsung. Give me the Z Flip with the Motorola Razr front display on it.
Okay.
That's a good
I
one.
want a bigger display on the Flip series
should've
because I
said
love
damn.
the Z Flip. The Z Flips are my favorite phones of all time. I'm not even gonna lie, even with the bad
Huawei
battery.
Mate X2
I
front
was gonna say,
screen.
I should have said a Mate X2, but
Give me a
Mate
bigger
X2.
screen on the Flip.
Dang,
Give me a
I
bigger
ain't
screen.
even think about
As soon as
that. I
T
ain't
said
even
that, bro, that's what I thought too.
That's the
As soon
one
as
thing
he
that I
said
won't
it.
buy a fold. I can't use a fold because the front is just too narrow for me. Like, that's the only
Yeah.
reason why I can't. I love the fold, love it. It's an amazing piece of hardware, but I can't use it because that front screen is just too narrow for me, and I don't want to open it up all the time to do something simple. So,
Yeah, I feel you.
just for the foldables, if I can say that for Samsung, make your outside screens more usable for your foldables. That's something I would want.
All right, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go. So from Google, this is what I want to go with. A creative suite. I definitely want to see like a
That's a good
Googlified like video editor.
I swear I was getting ready to either say
That's
Premium Buds or an actual piece of editing software like Final Cut Pro, but for Google. That's literally the only two I could think of. Because everything else we kind of got rumors for, but yeah, for sure.
And for Samsung, like Mike actually took it like right out of my mouth. I said this a few days ago on Twitter. Actually, I legit like tweeted that I really want to see a Samsung like desktop, like a Mac Mini like type alternative with like an i9 and just like completely specced out. That's what I want to see from Google, but like still portable, like something like a Mac Mini, but yeah, not like a tower. Or
So it would
anything
have
like
to be
that.
like a laptop chip, then not a desktop chip.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I want from Samsung.
Now, do y'all
Apple-
want that with their own OS up there? Is that what y'all saying too, or with Windows?
Nah, with Windows.
So Samsung
Windows?
actually
Oh, okay.
they have a skin on Windows actually.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the major
Really?
reason like why I'm going for the Galaxy Book. Yeah, they have
okay.
they have like a One UI skin over Windows and
No, seriously.
like a
Actually,
lot
I did know that. Like,
I didn't
actually
know that either. I was planning on getting
What?
a 360 Pro. So is that up there on that?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's on the original and it's gonna be on the new one. The new one does
It's got
have like
the-
more features though.
It's got the Windows it's like the your phone. I think it's the your phone on my phone. Ramon done said it.
That's
like
built
5 times
in.
tonight.
Yeah, your
but
phone
They have
is
that
built in.
They have that built in. But
Yeah.
literally anything, they got it almost just like Apple. Anything you do on your Samsung phone, instead of having to do like the connect to Windows and stuff, automatically to the Galaxy Book.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
I mean, it's the
literally,
same
like,
thing. It's the
seamless.
same thing with the Surface as well. But like, the level of integration between the S22 Ultra and my Surface is like it's better than the integration between my iPhone and my Mac. Like hands down. Like the amount of stuff you can do between them, it's better on the Samsung and the Surface. Like with the Your Phone app, it's insane.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I use that app on my laptop now. So
Yeah, I got mine. I think I got mine.
Yeah.
I think I got mine. Okay, so for Samsung, I'm gonna say I want them to make a Duo style foldable. So like the Surface Duo, I want a
Lighter,
Samsung take on that. I think Samsung would kill that because Samsung, in my opinion, already has like the best multitasking / productivity type of like feature set out of anybody, in my opinion. So I would want to see them do like a Surface Duo, but One UI on top, because I think the Surface Duo in terms of actually multitasking is far better than what the Fold can do. two separate screens, like two separate monitors. It's kind of how I look at it.
And also better durability with the screen because it's
Yeah,
doesn't
because you
have, like,
fold it
crease
in. Yeah, that
Yeah.
too. For Apple, I'm going to die on this hill. Foldable iPhone. I want them to make. I want them to make a
Yeah,
foldable
I knew you was gonna
iPhone,
say
man.
that.
I want them to do iOS on that front screen. So even if they did like an Oppo Find N body style or the Mate X2, whatever, I definitely want it wider. But put iOS on that front screen because it's better for one-handed usage. All of that.
Goodish.
When you open it up, iPad OS. So it goes from iOS to iPad
That'll
OS.
be fire.
So it's like you go from taking, your 4K video, whatever, you open it up, LumaFusion, boom, right there. The
How much would you pay for that?
How much would I pay for it?
Yeah.
There's no amount.
There's no limit. Yeah,
There's no limit. Like Ramal, I've literally talked about this. I would literally give them pretty much a blank check for it. $2,500, I'm buying it. $2,800, I'm buying it. 3Gs, I'm selling a couple of phones. 3Gs, I'm selling a couple of phones, and then I'm buying it. Like I'm buying it, dog. I want that because. And the thing is, for me, the reason why I want Apple to do it so badly is because I feel like the framework is already there. In terms of like their window sizing, window management, all of that stuff is already built in. So like all of like the Android 12L kind of improvements or whatever that Google built in, Apple already has that stuff, right? They just essentially need to put it in a foldable form factor, in my opinion.
So would you want the front screen on their phone to be like the size of a 13 Pro Max or smaller, or like the size of a 13 Pro
I
Max?
would probably say
like
13
double?
Pro. I would probably
13
say
Pro, okay.
probably 13 Pro because the way that I look at like the fold style foldable, when it's closed, I want it to still be a one-handed user-friendly experience.
Right, okay.
You see what I'm saying? I don't want it to.
Like
I don't want it to
like
be
the Oppo
too.
Find N. The Find N.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't want it to be to where it's like you got to use two hands to use the front cover and two hands to use the inside. Like that kind of defeats the purpose of a foldable for me, right? I want one-handed when I got it closed, two hands when I open that joint up.
So yeah, I like what you said about like it having actual iPad OS, like when you open it up. I thought
Yeah,
that
that's
was really
dope.
interesting because
That would be the deal breaker.
USB-C
Yes,
has to be
exactly.
on that.
USB-C. Like literally, give me an iPad that folds and then it becomes like an iPhone or whatever. Like that. Like that's what I want.
that'll be fire.
That would be fire. That would be fire, bro. And again, iPad OS has like those little kinks, but for like actually being able to take that on the go, that would be fire. And Apple's hardware is solid, and they got the software. They got a little bit of work to do with the software, but not a little bit, a lot. But I think if anybody could pull that off, I could see Apple.
On a foldable. I can deal with that software on a foldable, but if
Yeah,
it's on
exactly.
iPad, it needs work for sure. But on
Yeah,
a foldable,
definitely.
Yeah.
it makes more sense on a
Definitely.
foldable. Yeah.
So what you got for Google?
For Google, man, I would probably, because we already know Pixel Watch is coming. That would have been mine. We already said video editing software. I would like to see Google's take on like a video editing software. That would be pretty dope. Probably just premium buds, bro. In all honesty, from a hard perspective, I really just want Google to like complete their ecosystem more. So I guess I could say that would be my
headphones
thing.
though. Nobody talked about headphones though. From like,
Yo,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what?
interesting,
I'm gonna take
yeah.
that. A pair of AirPod Maxes, but Google, that would be fire. I honestly think that would be fire. I guess I didn't think about it because like the XM4s already kind of feel like that to me. Because like you can have all of like the Google Assistant functionality, and they have like the little quick tap to pair. Like it already kind of blends so nicely with the Pixel. I didn't think about it, but that would be pretty fire. A pair of like Pixel headphones, I would be.
I mean, if they did, I want them to have like proper like controls like there.
a working
like the swipey
fingerprint
ones.
sensor, I'm dead.
I don't know, man.
I'm
I
dead.
disable my
bro.
controls on my Galaxy Buds and stuff. I don't like any controls on my headphones. I'm gonna be honest with you. I still
Really?
keep my phone.
No,
I
I
don't.
like the buttons.
I use
and
my
the digital
I use
crown
my
on the-
phone.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
even use my
that's what I
AirPod
like.
ones. I don't. It's trash. too.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
like the
I don't.
tap.
Like just
I
for
just
me,
grab my
like
phone.
no, but the thing is, like if I got my earbuds and I'm like washing the dishes or something like that, my phone's like across the room. I don't want to like stop, walk all the way over, and then
With the pic, okay, so I get you on that, right? But normally when I got my Pixel Buds in, I just say, "Okay, Google," and it tell it to do it.
oh, that's true. That's a good point. I didn't think about the voice aspect.
I tell it turn up, turn down, switch song, switch whatever. Call this person. I don't really have to touch any controls. So
Yeah.
I'm like one of those people. Just hey Google, do this, and they be like, okay. So yeah, and I mean I haven't really used Siri. I don't use Siri at all, so I haven't really did it with my AirPods Max because
I gotta be that guy for 1 second, and I swear you can shut it down. So everybody talks about how stupid Siri is, right? How stupid Siri is. The only time I've found Siri to be stupid or not understand what I'm saying is when I'm asking it random questions and stuff like how tall is this and da-da-da-da. When I'm actually using Siri as an assistant, I've never had an issue. Call this person, call that person, give me directions here. You know, what's this person's phone number or whatever. When I'm using it like how I would think to use an assistant,
Yes, yeah.
like I look at it like this. If I have an office with like my own secretary assistant, I'm not gonna go to her and say how tall was Michael Jordan. Like I'm not gonna be asking random questions. I'm gonna be like, hey, go do this or hey, go do that. You see what I'm saying?
I've got a little.
That's kind of how I see the whole assistant thing. So when it comes to actually using her as an assistant, I've never had a problem. Voice dictation, it's not as fast as the Pixel, but it's still good. It's still good.
Yeah.
So
Like,
it's
about
not
the whole
bad for me.
assistant, Yeah, like
I use it on my
Siri's
Apple
great for me
Watch.
as well.
Yeah, like I use it on my Apple
mean,
Watch.
Like I told Google Assistant to call my mum, like on my Galaxy, and it said there was no contacts found. It's because like for some reason I can't change the spelling of mum to the to the
and you can
Australian version.
Yeah.
And like that's the most annoying thing. Like why can't I? My Google Assistant is Australian, so we use like British spelling. So I spell mum with a U, but like it doesn't register that when I say it.
That seems kind of weird for Google not to get
But
that.
it's annoying. It's like annoying as well because I can't like call my mum on my Google phone without actually going into it and like
they've been trying to support like so many languages and everything like that. I wouldn't think that'd be a problem. But
it's like the weirdest thing. But Siri doesn't have an issue with that.
Yeah, it's like when I look at it from like an assistant perspective, Siri has always worked for me fine as an assistant. Now, if I do need to have like, you know, multiple timers or whatever, yeah, okay. You know, Siri falls flat in her face.
But do you use Apple Maps though? Do you use
I do when I'm on my iPhone, just straight up my iPhone, I do use Apple Maps.
Apple Maps is fine.
How many times you got lost?
Yeah.
No. In all honesty, I've never gotten lost with Apple Maps. In my area, I've never gotten lost.
Apple Maps.
But the thing is, though, I am in Orlando, so it's like it's pretty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's big. Everybody knows Orlando, right? So that's a little bit different for me. But I've never gotten lost. Never had any issues with Apple Maps. Never.
Yeah, it's pretty bad here. I don't use it here because it'll send me somewhere. I don't know where it sent me. It just sent me somewhere. Then I gotta ask it to Google to fix it.
Right? Like Google, she got it wrong. Get it right. Like Google, fix it.
I do notice like in bigger areas that she do work really, really good though. You know, so just here, like the little side streets and shortcuts and stuff like that. You know, Google's capturing everybody's data each down the street while you drive. So it's like real live time when you drive.
I swear, Mims, I swear I'm not capping, bro. I swear. I've never gotten lost.
So what you got for Samsung?
I said Duo style foldable, like Surface Duo, but Samsung. Yeah, Surface Duo, but Samsung. That would be fire.
I got you.
That would be pretty dope too. What MPT said, like the little Google password Titan M thing, Apple version, that would be pretty fire. That'd be pretty fire.
Yeah, that would be fire. All right, y'all. So this is the end of the stream. I am going to wrap this up because I am getting tired, and Tech King Mike over there about to file out his chair.
Yo, for real, Mike over there up to all kinds of shenanigans.
Mike supposed to be hitting the buy button over there.
Messages that are going through my phone right now. Y'all would understand.
What happened?
I said T supposed to be hitting that buy button.
I'm over here with a bunch of stuff going on Amazon right now. That's why I've been so quiet. Cause I've been over here like,
I know you better get the Maxes though. The Maxes, bro. You need those.
Oh no,
bro. Just get them.
That's a lot of money for some damn headphones I'm barely gonna use, man.
Bro, you was about to buy the Mac Studio. Well, you're gonna always use that. I got you.
Right.
But yo, that's 2 G's compared to 450, dog.
That's the beef that I have with AirPod Maxes. I don't know why I just won't pull the trigger. I don't know.
I mean,
I just bought a Sony lens yesterday.
Well, which lens?
Facts.
Huh?
Which lens?
I'm going back to the Tamron 17 to 28, and I sold my 35 f1.8.
Max, get it.
I can't be mad at him, man. It's a hard price.
It's a hard.
It is. Because I don't even use them as much either. myself personally, but you know, I like them. Like I'll put my Sonys on when I'm going to bed. If I, you know, well, my girl has it. She uses my Sonys now, but I took it from me. But you know, they're more comfortable in the bed. You know, when you're laying down, the Maxes I cannot lay down with. I gotta use those.
Oh
for,
yeah,
like,
no, you
editing
can't
or
lay down
anything.
with these.
Yo, yeah, that's a done deal. But the Sonys, they're so soft and everything like that. I could just lay down and relax with them on the couch or on the bed or whatever and listen to music. So,
Mike, man, Mike is.
I don't know.
I will say that the XM4s is definitely more comfortable than the
How
AirPod
much do those
Maxes.
run for now? Because I know
XM4s?
those
You can
are
get for a good
always on
price.
sale.
Yeah, you
those
can
are
get
always
XM4s
on
for a
Always on
good
sale.
price,
Yeah,
dog.
they always
Oh,
on
yeah.
sale.
They always drop. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm a bit different, but I find AirPods Max a lot more comfortable than XM4s. Like a
Really?
lot more comfortable. I don't feel them on my head at all.
I mean,
How
dude,
are
I'm
they with
referring-
glasses?
I'm referring to like laying
Oh,
down.
glasses, like they just form around them, like the ear
Really?
cups. Like it's fine. I can't feel
Okay.
it at all. Yeah,
I
no
don't wear
pressure.
glasses. I've always
Maybe
been
it's my
curious
head
about
shape.
that.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah.
Yeah, so all right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up now. I appreciate everybody for joining. Appreciate my panel
Thanks
as
for having
always. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Talk to y'all next week.
All right, fellas.
Peace.
Peace.